one after one, and I would like to request you all, all the paper presenters, uh, please stick to the time limit because we have number of presentation over here. So at the very beginning, on behalf of the organizing committee, I welcome the chairpersons of this session, because we have two chairpersons for this session. One from Department of Marathi, Dr. Gaikwad sir, and one from Department of Chemistry, Dr. P.D. Maske sir. I welcome you, sir, for this to this session of this
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
two-day international conference, and I request both of them to take over the dais, this virtual dais, especially for the paper presentation. Over to you, sir. Dear participants, we are going to have this paper presentation simultaneously for the sciences and the humanities as well. Over to you, sir.
I am requested, Professor Dr. Maske sir, please start the session.
Thank you, sir. Honorable, may I audible, sir?
Sir, you are audible, sir. Proceed, sir.
Honorable, okay, sir. Honorable President of this college, Sri VII Patil, sir. Honorable Director and Principal, Dr. Chetna Patil, ma'am. IQC Coordinator, Dr. B.S. Bansode, sir. And the convener of the conference, Mr. S.M. Mengole, sir. And organizing secretary, Mr. N.V. Mahale, sir. And all the committee members on this occasion, and dear participants. Now the time for the presentation of your work. Dear participants, now the ball is in your court. The session is open for the paper presentation. We send the document file on a WhatsApp group with email IDs. So every participant get 5 minutes to present their work, and remember the time bound, as well as you should follow the time limit. So may I call upon the first paper presenter, that is paper ID is PP01 AP Patel, sir. His topic of presentation is Rutherford backscattering spectroscopy for thin film.
Patel sir, you are there? Next, sir. Next paper presenter.
Next paper presenter is R. Arishodkar, sir, and his topic is the preparation and characterization of solid polymer composite film dubbed with CuSO4. Arishodkar, sir, is there?
I'm put down a message on the WhatsApp group, sir, now.
Okay, sir.
Dear participant, be ready with the paper presentation, please.
After Arishodkar, sir, the next participant is Yasan Shah, sir. His topic is a study on menstrual hygiene in the area of Badlapur, Ambarnath, Ullasnagar, and Kalyan. Shah, sir, is there? Bansode, sir.
Yes, sir.
So can we request the participant that those who are interested to present their presentation?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is all at your disposal, sir. You
Maske,
take the
sir.
decision and proceed.
Maske, sir.
Okay. Yes,
Please
sir.
announce serially. We will skip if nobody in
Okay.
going
Yes,
to
sir. Yes,
publish.
sir. Skip the participant who is not ready for the
We
presentation
will
over here.
announce serially.
Okay, sir. Now once again I announce SN Shah, sir. Is there?
There is no
The next-
anyone researcher are present in this session. This is how can they
Sir, I
read the-
will call upon next presenter, that is paper ID 4, Dr. S.K. Dibekar, sir. Material synthesis, properties and characterization.
Namaste, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir. You are audible.
Yes,
You are.
I'm.
Welcome, sir.
To present, I should share my screen, but do I have to become a co-host or directly I can
Yes,
share?
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Your profile name is?
Dev, Sandesh.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now you are co-host. Yes. Share your screen.
Can you see the screen?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
it's
sir.
visible, sir.
Yeah, this is the title of my presentation. My name is Dr. Sandesh Divekar from Department of Chemistry, Ram Niranjan Jhunjhunwala College, Ghatkopar. So I will be talking on material synthesis properties and characterization. Basically, this is a very big topic, but I will brief it according to the understanding and the message which I can deliver to this to this conference. So coming to the 3 points that I'm going to discuss is synthesis, properties, and characterization. So the synthesis of materials. Now, first of all, what are materials? That yesterday we have seen with the Vikas Patil sir's lecture. Very brilliantly, sir has explained about what are the materials and what are the functional materials and what are their applications, and they're more focused on nano size particles. Now, these materials we are using in our day-to-day life in various purposes, like even we have the, various surgeries. We are using various type of plastics. Some are soluble, some are insoluble, but they perform a very excellent job. Now, how these materials could be synthesized is the first part that I'm going to discuss. Now, solvothermal process means what? Many chemical reaction we normally carry out in solvent medium. So various solvents are used. So this is the first process, solvothermal process. When water is used, it is called as hydrothermal. The name itself, it tells that it is solvent and heat that has been used. The second one is the combustion. Third one is heating and cooling in dynamic atmosphere, solid state reaction, decomposition reaction, isothermal heating, doping technique, and surface coating. And there are many more techniques depending upon the material that we are going to use. Now, all these techniques I will explain in very brief. Now, the first method called as solvothermal method. Yesterday, we have seen the synthesis of nanoparticles. Now, nanoparticles are very brilliantly synthesized by bottom-up approach, called as the solvothermal method. And in this solvothermal method, sol gel is a very best method that has been implemented. Now, using this method, not only nanoparticles, but there are other substances which may be in the solid or liquid form could be synthesized, and we could get a very good phases according to our requirement. That is called as solvothermal method. Now the combustion process, combustion from the name itself, we are burning something. Now after burning, we may feel like what we are going to get. But here in this combustion process, we are going to get a substance of very high importance. Like if we suppose we take metal nitrates, we combine them and heat in the furnace. After heating, we may get substances which are of very high importance for magnetic and electronic industry. Now, coming to the next one, the heating or cooling in dynamic atmosphere. From the name itself, dynamic. Dynamic means what? Self-sustained. When we are carrying out our preparation by either heating or cooling, but when the atmosphere is fixed, then there may be a possibility that the evolved gases may not escape from the reaction chamber. So in order to enable that, we can do this dynamic atmosphere heating or cooling process. This will lead us to a very good products, as well as this methodology can be used for the analysis technique, which we call as a TGDTA technique. Now coming to the solid state reaction, many people will ask how solid state reaction will occur, but solid state reactions are also carrying a very high importance. Some may feel like what kind of reaction will happen. In solid state, atoms and molecules are fictitious. They are no move condition, but they can be moved. They can be moved with the formation of defect under the impulse of temperature and impurities. This I have mentioned in the last line. So coming to the next one, there are various other techniques like decomposition, isothermal heating, doping technique, surface coating, and many more. But let us see some of them, this which I have given in the colored form. The decomposition. What do you mean by decomposition? When we are preparing a compound and we are just heating it or we are subjecting it to pressure, what happens? Sometimes compound changes its nature or it changes into some other compound, and that is called as decomposition. The compound which is formed, which could be a very useful compound, and this has to be investigated by studying its properties after the decomposition. Now, second one is the isothermal heating. Isothermal heating means what? The heating at constant temperature. This is generally done in the furnace or depends on how much temperature we require. With this, we can also get the products which are of required phases. Now, doping technique. Nowadays we are very much here in this online mode because of all these electronics which are very well developed. Because of the silicon, germanium that we are not using in the pure form, but in the doped form. Doped form means what? We are adding very small impurities. This small impurities enhances the electronic properties, and definitely we can use it for various purposes. Now, the properties of the materials. We do synthesis various materials. They definitely will be useful for us. We are synthesizing with certain purposes. But while doing that, the three things we have to take into my consideration, that is, these materials should be sustainable, long-term use. They should be synthesized or they should not be affecting the environment. So the approach is called as a greener approach. And the third and the last one, it should be cost effective. So everybody will be easily using it. So these things, if we can do, or any one of these we can manage, definitely our material that we are synthesizing, definitely it will be very well useful. What are the properties? These are the few properties which I can highlight here. The electronic properties, catalytic properties, domestic applications, biological use, space science applications, energy science. Energy science means we can store the energy. Now, energy crisis is the next concern. So the energy storage, production of hydrogen, storage of hydrogen, which can be achieved by synthesis of materials, and the science of communication. Now, characterization technique, coming to the last point that of my discussion, is the characterization technique that we can do with the help of structural characterization by X-ray diffraction, NMR technique, FTIR, Fourier transform infrared spectra, and mass spectra. With these techniques, we can come to know what will be the structure. For SCXRD stands for single crystal X-ray diffractiogram, which help us what is the solid state structure of the substance. Now, elemental composition can be fixed with the help of carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, and sulfur analysis, which is simply called as CHNS analysis. Then X-ray photoelectron spectra will also give us the morphology. What are the elements which are present? The very important, the electrochemical measurements can be performed with the help of a instrument called as a potentiostat or galvanostat. Coming to the next and very useful instrument measurements are the optical measurements. The substance that we synthesize may be having various very well optical properties, that it could be a photoluminescence, it may have UV visible absorbance, so that can be measured, and its application in the detectors or in sensors could be useful. Now, thermal stability of the compound can be studied just by TG or by TGDTA, that is thermogravimetry coupled with differential thermal analysis, TGDSC, thermogravimetry, differential scanning calorimetry. We can find out heat changes with the last technique. The next one, the substance that synthesized could be having a magnetic properties or phase transitions, which could be a very useful phase also. So that can be measured by with the help of a technique called as vibrating sample magnetometer. So these are the characterization technique. So this is what all with the time I have explained. So thank you very much for the organizers for providing me this opportunity to present myself. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Diveka sir. You have nicely introduced your topic, that is material synthesis, properties and characterization. And I assure that many participants and students, those who want to do the research in the field of nano synthesis, nanomaterial synthesis, they can getting benefit from your presentation, sir. Thank you, sir. So
Thank you,
I
sir.
will call upon now the next participant having ID is PP05, that is Ahmed Ansari and MS Bhubere. That is the topic or title of his paper is Graph in Real Life.
Hello, good evening.
Ahmed Ansari.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible?
Good afternoon. Audible, sir. Audible.
Yes, yes.
Sir, yes, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are audible.
Yeah, myself, Miraj Bubere. My topic is graph in real life. Is the screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We have four authors,
Yes, sir.
myself, Miraj Bubere, Umar Farooq, Khalil Ahmed, Afrin Ansari, and Afra Ansari. The abstract is in mathematics, graph theory is the study of graph, which are mathematical structure used to model pairwise relation between objects. A graph in this context is made up of vertices which are connected by edges. The field graph theory started its journey from the problems of Königsberg's bridge in 1735. This paper gives an overview of the application of graph theory in heterogeneous field to some extent, but mainly focus on internet, computer science, physics, chemistry, air distance, work distribution problem, and some more application of the graph theory. The keywords are graph theory, internet, computer science, physics, chemistry, bipartite graph, air distance, and work distribution. Introduction. Graph having tremendous application in graph, say traveling salesman problem, timetable problem, job scheduling problem, database design concept, resource networking. Every day we are surrounded by countless connection and networks, for example, roads and rail track, phone line and internet, electronic circuit, even molecular bonds. They all are social network between family, friends and families. All this system consists of certain points called vertices connected by lines called edges. In mathematics, all these networks are called graph. As I already stated that a graph usually denoted by G, it is consist of set of vertices together with set of edges. For example, we have this graph where V V1, V2 till V7 is a set of vertices, and E1, E2 till E8 is the edge set. Now we'll see some application of the graph theory. In the first application is internet. In internet, for example, it is a vast and virtual graph. Every vertex is an individual web page, and every edge means that there is a hyperlink between two pages. Note that link only go one way. So this graph is directed, and this graph is very, very large. E-websites like Wikipedia, Facebook have lots of incoming links, while many smaller websites may have very few incoming links. This is the underlying concept which Google used to sort search result. The next application is in computer science. The branch of computer science known as data structure uses graph to represent network of communication, data organization, computational devices, the flow of computations, etc. For instance, the link structure of a website can be represented by a directed graph in which vertices represent web pages and directed edges represent links from one page to another page. A similar approach can be taken to the problem in travel, biology, computer chip design, mapping the progression of neurodegenerative diseases, and many other fields. The next example, the next application in graph in chemistry. Graph are used in the field of chemistry to model chemical compounds. Graph provides a natural mathematical model of the molecules where vertices represent atoms and edges bond. For example, we have the structure of methane, the structure of ethane. In methane, we have carbon at the center treated as a vertex, and it has four valencies, so four hydrogen at end points. The hydrogen atoms is also can be treated as a vertex, and the bond between carbon and hydrogen can be treated as a edge. The next example, air distance between the cities. Here I have taken the four largest cities of the world and their air distance in miles. And this matrix shows the distance between the different cities. This table, for example, the distance between London and New York is 3469 miles, London and Paris 214 miles, London and Tokyo 5959 miles, and so on. So this information can also be shown in the type of graph like this. So here L is London, New York, all four vertices I have shown London, New York, Paris, and Tokyo, and the edges shows the distance between them. The next application, the next definition is bipartite graph. But a bipartite graph, here a graph G in which we can divide the vertex sets into two disjoint subsets such that there is an edge between one set to another set, but not internal edges. For example, here we have the left hand side, we have a graph G, and it is the next diagram is the bipartite form of the G. So we have the example or application of this bipartite graph as a work distribution problem. For example, allocation of subject to the professor is one of the major issues if the constraints are complex. Graph theory plays an important role in this problem. For example, if we have m professors and n subjects, this can be shown using a bipartite graph where the vertices are number of k professors, say P1, P2, Pk, and S1, S2, Sm are denote the m number of subjects. And the vertices are connected by UI edges, where UI is the number of units allotted to professor of different subject. Here I have taken an example here. Suppose we have four professors, P1, P2, P3, and P4, and five subjects, S1, S2, S3, S4, and S5 to be taught. But here the main thing is that we are not giving a full subject to a professor, because we have four professor and five subjects. So each subject having 4 units. Suppose the given below matrix represent the number of unit allotted from a subject to a professor. There's a, for example, professor P1 taking 2 units of subject S1, 1 unit of S2, 1 unit of S3, no unit of S4, and 1 unit of S5, and so on. Similarly, Professor P2, Professor P3, and Professor P4. So this matrix, this information can be shown in a graph, in a bipartite graph like this. So Professor P1 is taking 2 units of S1. I have shown this with black edges, 1 unit of S2, 1 unit of S3, and 1 unit of S5. Professor P2 is taking 1 unit of S1, S2, 2 unit of S3, and 1 unit of S5. This I have shown with blue edges. And similarly for Professor P3 and P4. Complete graph. A complete graph is a simple undirected graph in which every pair of distinct vertices is connected by a unique edge. Means there is only one and only one edge between any two vertices. The example we have here, handshaking and dating. Suppose we have been invited for a party, and at the end there are 5 peoples, and at the end we have to shake hand with everyone. How many total shake hand will be there? So we represent this shake hand using a graph. Every person is a vertex, and every handshake can be treated as edge. I have shown this as a diagram over there. Now here we can see that out of from these 5 persons, there are total 10 edges. So we have total 10 handshakes.
Sir, AMS Bubre, sir.
Yes.
So conclude, sir, conclude.
Yes, I'm concluding, sir. The main aim of this paper to present the importance of graph theoretical ideas in various areas like internet, air distance, work distribution. As I have shown this all the applications. So some researchers may get some information related to graph theory and its application in internet using this, and they can use this work for the further research. These are my references. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Very nice explanation, sir. And really, this graph are very useful in real life. So thank you, sir. So I may call upon next participant, that is paper ID PP03, Yasan Shah, sir.
Hello, am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, the screen is sharing. You can see the screen, yes or no? Hello?
Not right now.
Now you have to first share the screen, sir.
Had shared the screen. Can you see the screen? Yes or no?
Your photo screen is
Not yet,
not.
sir.
Hello?
Sir, we have to
Not
make
yet,
him
sir.
co-host. Otherwise, he is not able to share his PPT over here.
Ingoli sir, make him co-host.
Now already co-host.
Can you see the screen, sir?
No, sir.
It is.
Sir,
You
please.
start, sir. You start.
Sir,
Please you start in your laptop.
sir, it's already on your desktop. Please allow me to share the screen because they are not allowing.
Sir, already you have co-host.
No, sir.
Yes,
No,
Sunil
sir.
Chai is your profile name, no?
Yes, sir. Now, can you see?
No. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Now
Yes.
it is visible.
Okay, sir. Within 3 minutes, I will.
Yes.
Sorry, sir.
Sir, this is in connection with the study of menstrual hygiene in the area of Badlapur, Amarnath, Ulhasnagar, and Kalyan. This was related to menstrual hygiene, which we had conducted the survey for nearly about 60 students. And the abstract would be related to menstrual and menstrual habits, which would be continued and restricted to the community history and religious restrictions. The girls encountered numerous obstacles and hurdles at home, workplace, and religious places. And about the menstruation, we discovered there was an assessment of literature, and we had the students and the women are having the limited knowledge about the menstrual hygiene. So in these cases, they are unable to disclose the things related to introduction. Different constants are there in women's menstrual rights, which can result from cultural, religious, and traditional belief. Menstrual management is not at all challenging in the underdeveloped countries, but it can be serious harms to the women's. This is in connection with the hygiene, which is experienced by me, my wife, my mom, and my daughter. So I had taken this particular topic for the research. The objective of this study is to examine how adolescent girls in the rural and urban areas speaks about the menstrual hygiene to the women or to the parents to determine the difficulties in switching from sanitary napkins to menstrual cups, to determine whether the studies the people are adjustable with the cups, and to comprehend with the respondents assumption and the beliefs about the cups. The main issues are related to the use of sanitary napkins and the cloth which is used by the women, that would be related to fungal infection, bacterial infection. In this particular PPT, I had given only the literature review of only the two studies which were of pollet and hunger. He says that the items made by the high-grade medical silicons are not biodegradable and reusable, and the cups which are being used, they last for 9 to 10 years. The menstrual, the next study which is related to Pampavana and Padma Shri are they had studied about the cups were used for 2100 days and almost 6 years were being spent, and they were been found to be very hygienic as compared to napkins. The menstrual cups have been around for the long time. Coming to the third study, which are taken up for the, under the literature review, that the Hema divorce case, but the theory of the knowledge, attitude, and practice of menstrual cups is used by the medical professionals and the advocates, and they are finding out to be better, and there is a lesser chance of bacterial infections. The statement of problem is that these particular napkins which are having, they are having biophenol A grade of the material which has been used, and the waste management of this napkins is not proper. There is a vaginal infections, and there is related to problems to the women's. The limitation of the study is that there is no such awareness of the use of menstrual cups. The sample chosen could not be true representative of population because the sample study was 60, because the women and the students were not proper, they were not answering to the respondents, and the respondents were selected to Badlapur, Amarnath, and the Kalyan area. There should be, our vision is that there should be accessibility, education, and there should be awareness program to them. The women should be change their body, they should practice hygiene, they should use the proper the vaginal the menstrual cups, and they should have that particular dietary habits. Regarding the funding of the studies, they found that the peoples are using the napkins, they are not changed to cups, and they have the problems related to smell. They are having the facing the problems related to disposal of the napkins, and those persons who are having being the participant in sports, they are having the problems related to issues related to certain pads are not environmental friendly, which has been found in the studies. And the suggestion is that before removing or inserting the cups through the person, the woman should wash with warm water and or with the antibacterial soap. And there should be proper method of way in which the cup should be inserted, that should be taught by the parents as well as with the doctors or with any of the peoples. Before inserting the cups, they should wash and directed according to warm water, and there should be mild fragrance, and the manufacturers are also been advised to use the proper hygiene method, and the instructions should be given properly, and the costing should be better. Normally this many, these are the topics, nearly about this 1 2 3 4 5 6 plus cups are being used worldwide. The tampons, the lasting is 3 to 5 hours, pads are lasting for 4 to 6 hours, cups which is considered to be menstrual cups are considered to be the best, that is lasting for 10 to 12 hours. Menstrual experience, there is a lack of self-esteem, 30% failure to manage, and there is a problem related to period frames. The hygiene products which are there in the market are tampons 25%, pads are 50%, and remaining one. The hygiene market, if you see from the map which is there, it's more in the Western countries. In Asian countries are medium, and in the lesser countries there are less awareness. This concluding part, as I say, the jury member, the study demonstrated the menstrual cups can replace traditional ways of menstrual sanitization because more affordable and more hygiene. Increase may result for awareness and simple across the substance. Menstrual cups may be environmental responsible solution and used for vaginal products which are difficult to issues. So I would advise, I would conclude that there should be awareness programs, and there should be proper awareness program in school and colleges. Thank you from my side. Thank you.
Sir, can I ask one
Thank you,
question?
sir.
Yeah, ma'am. Ardhana, ma'am, you can speak.
सर जो आपने अभी बताया कि मेंस्ट्रुअल कप के हाइजीन एंड ऑल, तो जो विलेजेस एरिया है वहाँ पे मोस्टली गर्ल्स जो है अवेयर है, बट पैड्स वगैरह यूज करते हैं, बट उनके डिस्पोजल को लेकर प्रॉब्लम आती है, क्योंकि मोस्टली जो गांव में होते हैं वहाँ पे जो भी गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से या म्युनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन की तरफ से कचरा फेंकने की सुविधा नहीं होती है. So, what are the methods they can dispose those pads or cups,
Ma'am,
whatever?
according to the studies, what we have it, and whatever the decision which was being given by BMC, Bombay Municipal Corporation, there should be a special collection center which we can dispose the cups. मैडम अभी आपने जो सवाल उठाया गांव की लड़कियां और गांव के यहाँ पे, तो विलेज पंचायत ग्रुप्स और ग्राम पंचायत they should have that particular area where how to dispose of the cups. Madam,
It means
awareness
that-
program, madam, awareness program should be from government.
Okay. It means that it is the responsibility of the gram panchayat.
या मैडम, और अवेयरनेस होने चाहिए. जैसे अभी आपका हमें था ना सूखा कचरा और गिल्ला कचरा ई वेस्ट करना है, वैसे इसके लिए भी अवेयरनेस प्रोग्राम होने चाहिए स्कूल में और म्युनिसिपल कॉलेजेस में.
Okay, thank you.
थैंक यू
sir.
आराधना
Very
मैम. थैंक यू मैम.
valuable information, sir. Thank you.
Any questions?
Thank you, madam, for your question, and thank you, Shah sir. This is
Yeah.
very good initiative from your side,
Yeah.
and this is really socially benefited. Your work is remarkable, sir.
Thank you.
Now, may I call next participant, PP06, Dr. Vijay Kherde, and Professor Ashwini for us. His topic is a study on problems faced by consumer while purchasing apparels online in Mumbai and Navi Mumbai.
Yes, sir. Am I audible?
Dr.
Yes,
Vijay.
yes, ma'am.
Can I share my screen? Is my screen visible?
Yes,
Yes.
Good afternoon, and all present over here. Today, my topic of research is the study on problems faced by the consumers while purchasing apparels online in Mumbai and Navi Mumbai. I have specialized my area in Mumbai and Navi Mumbai, and I am going to talk about online shopping. As there are many people over here, you and me, and everyone, those who are here attending this session or the conference, everyone like to wear very nice attires, right? So as you know that apparel plays a very important role when it comes to presentation. As we are attending any conference or any meeting, or even in the soft parties, or when you're going for a get together, attires plays a very important role. So I'm going to highlight my topic, which is on apparels. Apparels is nothing just a fabric or a textile which covers our body. It not only covers our body, but it will help you from various germs, disease, and it will protect your body from many more things. So my abstract is related to online shopping. The most popular shopping nowadays, everyone loves to do online shopping, especially in the last 2 years of when there was a COVID pandemic time. People never used to go out for 2 years or 6 months continuously. They were inside the house. The market was closed totally, shops were closed totally, but the online shopping was there. So people used to buy everything through online only, but apparels are also mostly purchased online. The shopping online has become most common nowadays. The researcher has made an attempt to understand the online market and consumers, how consumers purchase the online apparels. Okay. Now, apparel is one thing which is purchased online as a term of good. Apparels are the clothes which covers the body, human being, as a human's nature to cover the body, as it seems that it's as we live in a human society. So it's compulsory for our human beings to cover our body in front of others. The humans are now much more educated. We all are educated. We know everything. We know the qualities, and people are not traditionally. People used to wear a similar sort of attire or the apparel. They used to wear khadi clothes, they used to wear cotton sarees, but now still there are various numbers of varieties are available in the market when it comes to apparels. And especially more varieties are available online as compared to offline shopping. When people go to the local market, there are not that much of varieties available as compared to the online stores which they visit. on daily basis. And the history where I just told you that the people first used to wear traditional clothes, traditional attire, dhoti, kurta, saris and all. But nowadays everything is being worn very easily with very comfort zone. People think that it is comfortable for their body. If they look very confident for it, then they wear that particular apparel. And that mostly is available online. There are various online websites for apparels, as everyone knows about it. Now, my objectives of my study is to understand the problem faced by the consumers in online shopping. When we do online shopping, it doesn't seem that is the same thing is being available in the market. For example, sometimes model looks very good with that particular apparel, but when we purchase that apparel, sometimes the colors might get faded, or sometimes the colors which you have been chosen for yourself, it's not looking that much attractive as compared to the online shopping or the model which we are seeing in that online website. To examine the socio-economic status of the online consumers. We never ever can tell that our income matters the online shopping. If you have a larger income, you will definitely try to purchase the product, but you will try to purchase the product online, but the branded products. But sometimes if your income is low, and if your income is low, but you will wait for the discount offers for the coming festivals or occasions. So, but you will purchase it online itself, because nowadays young generation is mostly fond of online purchasing because to save their time and to get more and more varieties of apparels. The offer suitable suggestion for online apparel purchasing. To analyze the factor influencing the consumer for online shopping. There are many factors that influence online shopping. Your friends, your family, their website discount offers. Websites have various offers or going on at the time of festivals and all. So that also attract consumer to purchase apparels online. Next, my methodology is totally based on secondary, but as well as on primary data collection. Secondary data collection, I have researched, read 3 papers and 2 articles. I have gone through one article where it was being shown that people nowadays try to purchase the traditional attire online itself. For example, hijab and all, people try to purchase it online, and mostly nowadays people are purchasing the brand of organzo, which makes them feel better, confident, and it's comfortable. And I have taken the primary data collection has also been done in the area of Mumbai and Navi Mumbai, where questionnaire was made for 10 questions, and I have got 20 responses for it. Then my limitation of the study was basically in the cities of Mumbai and Navi Mumbai, and I was looking after the consumer behavior, how consumers behave while purchasing the online apparels. And it was being been analyzed in such a way that people nowadays also still many people like to purchase from the local market and going to the branded store or then going to an online shopping. Many people still love to purchase apparels from the local market. And as I conclude my research over here, the online shopping could be made successful only when getting the undamaged goods proper delivered on time. The goods are delivered on time, you can get a proper response for online shopping, and online buying more attractive and popular among the buyers. Those who want to purchase the product online, they are quite interested for it. But if the quality is good, they will purchase it for definitely. And the price also matters the most. And before purchasing any apparels online, the society, the customer might have to check the feedback and the review of the particular product, and then only they can purchase the apparels. This is the research which I am going to conclude. Thank you all of you. Thank you ACS College for giving me an opportunity for presenting my research work. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashwini ma'am. With this your study, we should have safe online shopping. Now, may I call next participant, PP07 paper ID, Dr. S.V. Doli. And his topic is an economic study on brick industry workers in Ramanthichan, Puttur of Kanyakumari district. He is present, Dr. S.V. Doli. Next participant is paper ID PP08 Priyanka Gupta and Dr. Mukta Anil Pote. topic or title of paper is the use of digital banking with reference to UPI payment method for consumer and street vendor, a case study of Vidya Vihar and Ghatkopar in Mumbai.
Yes, so I'm presenting my screen.
Okay, ma'am. Please share the screen.
My screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
A very good afternoon to one and all. My name is Priyanka Gupta, a research student from SK Somaya College of Arts, Science and Commerce in Vidya Vihar, Mumbai. And my today's topic is use of digital banking with refers to UPI payment method for consumers and street vendors, a case study of Vidya Vihar and Ghatkopar in Mumbai. As we all know, the banking sector is one of the rising and shift developing sector in India, and UPI or the Unified Payment Transfer Interface could also be a payment method that allow instant money transferred without bank details. UPI is developed by the NPCI and rather than banking account number and IFSC law, the virtual payment address is employed by the payment through UPIs. I have done this survey through primary research, and all the research data was collected by the survey method for questionnaire and interviewer method for the street vendors, and consumer were done by the Google form. My main objective to do this research was to study whether the street vendor are comfortable with online banking and digital banking or not, or whether they are preferable like for more cash or online payments, and to analyze the impact of adopting digital payment system through the business operations and overall the revenue generation in their business. For the customer's point of view, I wanted to study whether digital payments to know if they are more comfortable with online or cash payments. When it comes to data analysis, the street vendors were encountered by the agents of different companies like Amazon Pay, Paytm, and Google Pay to open their digital accounts. This is the survey which I have done by the interviewing method. And the particular survey, there are few vendors were approached by the bank and the family members in the digital banking accounts. On the other hand, the most popular, or you can say the most agents of which company the approach the street vendors were Paytm. Most of the street vendors were approached by the Paytm, and the companies appoint the such agents to open the account of the people who are not using online payments. As you can see, there are many different companies like Phone Pay, Amazon Pay, Paytm, Google Pay, Beam Pay, and many more. It is a detailed explanation is given in my research paper. And the finding of this research was the only 5% of street vendors they have seen the growth in the business after adopting the digital banking, and most of them were not happy with the digital banking, as 100% of the street vendors said that they when they purchase good from the wholesale market, their raw materials, the wholesale marketers, they prefer more cash or check instead of UPI payments. So that was a main issue of them as well. For the literacy rate, as the India is very much getting developed, the most of the street vendors were literate, but they were not good at the latest technology. And for the consumer's point of view, the most of the purchasers said that they are both okay with the both the methods, like paying with UPI as well as cash. If there is an option given to them for payment, they will they will prefer more online payment over the cash payment. The consumer also face problem when they transfer money online and have technical glitch. They get their money more than after like 24 hours. That's the main problem. There were many suggestions and recommendations given by the street vendors and consumers while I was doing the survey, but some of them are present in the PPT, and you can other than you can refer in the research paper. The customer service is very weak, and many of them were not aware of the digital banking, so they think it is not secured. A proper knowledge must be given by the short clip and advertisement, and I totally appreciate the NCPI has already doing this schemes, and they are already making advertisement on this. And a fake website alert should be created by UPI application for regulating the fraud. The security pin in UPI has only consist 4 to 6 digit, which should be converted into more secured system. In the end, I want to conclude that the street vendors were not happy with the digital payment as they get fraud and cheated. Due to digital banking, they don't have money in their hands to spend, and they are more they are not comfortable with the digital banking. They find it very confusing when it involves UPI application. On the other hand, consumers are very comfortable with digital banking and both with the cash and digital payments. But the elder generation, the age group of 40 and above, they believe that huge transaction like the huge amounts like 4,000 or 5,000 is it is okay when it comes for online payment, but the petty transaction just like 10 rupees or 20 rupees which we do regularly like for autos and street vendors, it should be done with hard cash. These are my references, and thank you so much for giving your precious time. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Next participant, that is PP09, Dr. Swati Hasoria. Her topic is Indian agriculture turmoils, redesigned post-pandemic Indian agriculture scenario. Dr. Swati Hasoria.
Dr. Swati is there. Please next, sir.
So next participant is PPID 10, Anami Augustus Arul Vijay Kumari. Her topic is effect of various priming method on germination of green gram, black gram, and chickpea.
Yes, sir, I'm here. Is it audible?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, you are
Yes,
audible, ma'am.
Shall I share my screen, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Is it visible,
It is
sir?
visible.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. So I'm Dr. Anami, head of the Department of Botany, Holy Cross College, Nagarkoil, Kanyakumari. So my topic of presentation is effect of various priming method on germination of green gram, black gram, and chickpea, that is Cicer aritinum. So first of all, that like agriculture is a very important aspect of food production, and here the seed plays an important role in agriculture. So the enhancement of seed or the pre-germination treatment that improve the germination rate, time, and seedling growth, or facilitate the delivery of seeds and other material required at the time of sowing is very important. So the purpose of the seed treatment is to shorten the time between the planting as well as the emergence. So I am here to present about the seed priming experiments, what we have done here. Seed priming is one such treatment. It is controlled hydration technique in which seeds are soaked in water or a low osmotic potential solution to a point where germination related metabolic activities begin in the seed, but the radical emergence does not occur. So this is what the process is. It is same in both, that is in the primed seed as well as in the non-primed seed. So first it is imbibition for both, but for non-primed seed, it is allowed to germinate. But in this case, that is in the primed seed, it will be soaked in for few hours, that is 6 hours or 10 hours like that. After that, that seed should be dried and the growth is blocked. And then it will
Your voice is break, man.
Sir,
Ma'am, you are not audible.
sir, my
Audible.
internet net has been like some problem is there. Shall I share one more time?
Okay.
So is it visible now, sir? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes. So the priming leads to the increase of air-filled space between the cotyledon and the embryonic axis. Then you have smoother and flatter seed coat surface, appearance of micro cracks inside the pits, and then increase in the vacuolation level, and then up regulation or down regulation will take place over here. Okay, there are various types of priming that like osmopriming, chemopriming, nanopriming, harmopriming, thermopriming, and hydropriming. All these leads to the increased outer tolerance, salinity tolerance, increase in crop productivity, increased seed germination, improved seed quality, reduced fertilizer application, and also it induction of seed resistance. So my objective here is to find out which is the best method of priming the seeds, and then to study the germination of green gram, black gram, and Bengal gram after seed priming, and to study about the vigor index and also the dry weight. So these are the materials selected for the study, that is green gram Vigna radiata, black gram Vigna mungo, and Cicer arentianum, that is chickpea. So I have undertook 3 priming methods. It is halo priming with the help of 550 mn NaCl solution, and then hydropriming by distilled water, and biopriming by these 3, that is trichoderma, azospirillum, and phosphobacter. So these are 3 types of bacteria used as a biofertilizer. So biopriming I apply. So this is the method in which we prime the seeds. So we primed it for 6 hours. And then we studied about the germination percentage, vigor index, pot test, and also the dry weight. So this is the results. So after undergoing all these treatment like priming, all the plant shows 100% germination except that of control as well as the trichoderma. And then about the length of the root and shoot protrusion after 4 days, the trichoderma shows maximum protrusion of root and shoot both in green gram, black gram, like 8.89, 2.72, 9.1, and 2.3. And in chickpea, it is 4.78. And you can see the last one, that is control. It shows very less amount of shoot and root protrusion. And this is the part test. So the best 4 is selected for next test, that is trichoderma 10%, trichoderma 20%, azospirillum 20%, and phosphobacter 20% are taken for further studies. And the plant which is treated is again allowed to grow in part, and their vigor index is studied. So here you can have you can see the vigor index. And in green gram, the vigor index is 1,162 when you compare to the control, which is just 360. And you can see that is in non-primed seed, that is without undergoing any priming activity. It shows very less amount of vigor index, that is growth index. So this is the biomass production, that is after 10 days, the plants were taken out, dried up, and taken the weight. So here the trichoderma and azospirillum shows maximum growth when you compare to that of the control one. So azospirillum 10% for 6 hours produce higher dry matter weight, and trichoderma 10 for 6 hours produces the maximum weights. And non-primed seed shows just 0.91 gram per 20 seedlings. So this is the summary and conclusion. Like biopriming of green gram and black gram, trichoderma 20% is going to be the best priming treatment for these 2. But for chickpea, it is azospirillum 10%. Which is found to be more effective and increases the germination rate, vigor index, and biomass. So hence, biopriming has been found to be effective seed priming method. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. A very nice presentation from your side. I request the participant, those who have any question regarding this presentation, they can ask in this topic. Participant, any question? Ma'am, this is very nice topic, which is our objective of this conference.
Thank you, sir.
Topic presented here. Thank you, ma'am. Now I call upon.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Presenter. Okay, thank you. Paper ID is 11. Dr. Vinayak Gandhar. His topic
Yes,
is impact of GST on retailer, a case study of Kolhapur Taluka in Raigad district of Maharashtra.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Can I share the screen, sir?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Just a minute. Sir, his screen is visible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, sir. Very good afternoon to all. Myself, Dr. Vinayak Gandhal from KMC College, Khopoli, and it's my great pleasure to present my paper that is on impact of GST on retailers, a case study of Khalapur Taluka of Raigad district in Maharashtra. As you know that GST is implemented in India from 1st July 2017, but still there are many difficulties people are facing dealing with GST. So the implementation of GST affect retail business in different ways. So it is very good tax reforms in India, and it will create positive impact on retail business. This study mainly focuses on impact of GST on retailers with reference to Khalapur Taluka and Raigad district. It specifically tries to identify the impact of GST implementation, retailers' overall attitude towards GST, and various problems they are facing while dealing with GST. This research study is mainly based on primary and secondary data. Primary data is collected from 150 retailers from Khalapur Taluka, and secondary data also collected from published material, books, and articles. These are the objectives of my study, that is specifically to analyze the impact of implementing GST on retailers, to study the retailers' overall attitude towards GST implementation, to understand different problems faced by retailers due to GST implementation, to find out whether retailers are familiar with the procedure of GST or not, and to suggest possible measures to overcome the difficulties faced by retailers under GST regime. The data is collected about awareness about GST, and the study reveals that almost 90.66% retailers are aware about new GST regime. Also, data is collected about the comparison between GST regime and previous tax regime, and the study states that almost 74.66% retailers said that the new GST regime is the best as compared to previous tax regimes. Also, data is collected about effects of GST on retail business, and study states that almost near about 50% retailers said that GST system positively impacted retail business, and near about 30% retailers said that it created negative impact. Also, data is collected about impact of GST on sales turnover of retail business. Almost 50% retailers stated that no change in the volume of sales, and 28% retailers stated that increase in the volume of sales due to implementation of GST, specifically in retail business. Also, data has been collected about specific hardship retailers are facing in e-way bill system. Almost 48% retailers feel that they face hardship in e-way bill system, and 44% retailers don't face any difficulties regarding e-way bill system under GST. This study also states that many of the retailers, that is near about 36% retailers, faces the issue of timing in the procedure of claiming the refund, and near about 31% face the problem of procedure about claiming refund under GST tax regime. In this study, Also, for testing of hypothesis and studying the main problems faced by the retailers, the researcher design null hypothesis, that is retail trade has been adversely impacted due to the implementation and imposition of tax policy, and alternate hypothesis was retail trade has been advantageously impacted due to implementation and imposition of tax policies, specifically in the case of retailers. The above table stated that the average weight of positive responses for alternate hypothesis is near about 60.99%, and average weight of negative responses for null hypothesis is 16.94%. So here null hypothesis is rejected and alternate hypothesis is accepted. However, the study concluded that the retail trade has been advantageously impacted due to the implementation and imposition of GST. Hence, it is also said that the retail business have been benefited due to the implementation of GST. The second hypothesis, that is about retailers are not well aware about tax system and procedure. There are some questions we asked to the respondents, like awareness about GST, awareness about procedure for registration and filing returns under GST. So we got 84.66% positive responses, and it is stated that the retailers are well aware about GST tax system and procedure. Hence, it is also said that the retailers have a knowledge about GST system. The study also suggested that there is a need to make registration of retailers having a small retail business under GST to get more benefits like composition scheme from taxation point of view, government benefits, etc. It is also suggested that government should find a way to help the retailers in understanding the rule for GST implementation and its procedure. GST procedure must be reduced so that retailers can operate their business effectively. With this, I conclude that the impact of GST on retail business is going to be positive. Implementation of GST will cause higher price of goods and services. This new tax regime is beneficial to government as well as a retailer also. The retailer faced some difficulties during GST implementation, such as e-way system, return filing procedure, issues related to date of refunds, etc. Because they were not fully aware about GST. So there is a need to make some awareness among retailers about GST. Implementation of GST helps the retailers to reduce overall tax burden. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Very nice presentation. And you tell us that registration of business under GST is very much important. Thank you, sir. Participant, you have any question?
सर निश्चित तौर पर मैं एक प्रश्न नहीं, मेरी एक जिज्ञासा है कि वर्तमान में जीएसटी को किस रूप में आंकना चाहिए, क्योंकि एक एकल कर प्रणाली जो हमारे देश में विकसित हुई थी, वो प्रणाली जो है आज के संदर्भ में कुछ लोगों का ये भी मान्यता है कि जीएसटी आने के बाद काफी क्रांतिकारी बदलाव आए।
5 मिनट में कीजिए सर प्लीज।
चूंकि मैं प्रस्तोता से ये पूछना चाहता हूँ कि वो किस रूप में आप देखते हैं, आकलन करते हैं पुराने टैक्स व्यवस्था और जीएसटी व्यवस्था को।
Sir, as compared to the old tax regime and new tax regime, there are many benefits, but some persons or retailers or businessmen's point of view, there are many disadvantages, but it is little bit different from depending upon person to person. तो हम लोग कैसे कंसिडर कर रहे हैं जीएसटी के बारे में, उस हिसाब से कुछ लोगों को प्रॉब्लम आएगा, कुछ लोगों को डिफिकल्टीज नहीं आएगी, बट आई थिंक इट इज बेटर एज गवर्नमेंट ऑलरेडी implemented as one nation one tax, so we have to implement, and whatever problems we are facing, we have to try to solve the difficulties which are facing the retailers and businessmen while dealing with GST system.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपका।
थैंक यू सर।
थैंक यू
सर,
डॉक्टर।
आपसे एक मेरा आग्रह है सर, क्योंकि मुझे एक अस्पताल में जाना है, अगर आप कहें तो क्या मैं अपना पेपर प्रेजेंट कर सकता हूं, क्योंकि मैं सर से भी आग्रह किया था कि
Yes, sir.
मेरा
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Chandra Kumar,
You
sir.
can do it.
Sir,
You can present, sir. Now you can present, sir.
Right now
सर
you
मैं
can
अपना
share your
पेपर प्रेजेंट
screen,
करूं
sir.
क्या?
Yes,
हाँ
yes, sir.
करिए
Yes,
सर,
sir.
करिए।
You can present now.
और अपना पीपीआईडी भी बताइए, पेपर प्रेजेंटेशन
हाँ
आईडी जो दिया है
26
वो भी बता दीजिए।
26 सर।
हाँ
Yes,
यस
sir.
सर, यस सर,
PPID.
करिए सर, करिए।
इफेक्ट ऑफ क्राइम, इफेक्ट ऑफ जलवायु परिवर्तन के विषय में मैं कह रहा था सर, क्लाइमेट चेंज के विषय में कि जलवायु परिवर्तन का क्या प्रभाव है। चूंकि मेरी भाषा हिंदी है और लोगों की भाषा जो है मैं उससे कनेक्ट करने का प्रयास करना चाहता हूँ, ताकि हम हृदय से अपनी बात को व्यक्त कर सके और लोगों के बीच अपनी बात को प्रस्तुत कर सके कि क्लाइमेट चेंज का क्या परिवर्तन हमारे देश में हुआ है, इसके क्या प्रभावकारी कारण है। चूंकि अध्यक्ष महोदय की अनुमति हुई तो मैं सारी स्थितियों का मैं संक्षिप्त रूप से विवरण करूंगा। चूंकि मेरे पास पर्याप्त समय नहीं है, चूंकि मुझे अस्पताल भी जाना है। आदरणीय चंद्रकांत सर को मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूं कि उन्होंने मुझे समय दिया। पहली बात, जलवायु परिवर्तन को लेकर के सारे विकसित राष्ट्रों द्वारा कहा जाता है कि जलवायु परिवर्तन को लेकर के आप जो है ये करे वो करे, बहुत सारी जो है नियमावली तय की गई है, लेकिन विकसित राष्ट्रों द्वारा जो है एक नियमावली, एक मापदंड को नहीं खींची गई है। सबसे बड़ा एक दोष है। लेकिन हमें ये जानना चाहिए कि विकसित राष्ट्रों द्वारा जो हमें बार बार जो कहा जाता है कि आप अपने संसाधनों का इस तरह से इस्तेमाल करें कि पर्यावरण जो है दूषित न हो। एनीवे, कोई भी कारण हो, लेकिन हमारी संस्कृति है, हमारी सभ्यता है, हम लोग जिस प्रकार से अपनी सभ्यता को लेते हुए विकसित नहीं कर रहे हैं। हाँ, मानता हूं कि ग्लोबलाइजेशन के बाद, भूमंडलीयकरण के बाद औद्योगिकरण हुआ। औद्योगिकरण के बाद स्थितियां काफी परिवर्तनशील हुई है, क्योंकि कल कारखाने निर्माण के बाद हमारे जो है काफी गंगा में, यमुना में काफी प्रदूषण हुआ है। तो इसमें हमें स्वयं मंथन करना चाहिए कि हम किस प्रकार से हम प्रदूषण को मुक्त करके एक राष्ट्र की कल्पना करें। जहां तक बात है कि हम परंपरागत वस्तुओं का इस्तेमाल किस प्रकार से करें, प्लास्टिक, पॉलीथीन, इस प्रकार से इसका अकारण जो उपयोग हो रहा है, वैसी स्थिति में मुझे लगता है कि हमें जो है इस परंपरागत रूप से जितने भी जो कैरी बैग है, जूट का है, इसका इस्तेमाल करना चाहिए। पॉलीथीन को हम लोग लगभग नहीं के बराबर प्रयोग करें, तभी हम जो है एक जो है प्रदूषण मुक्त जो है राष्ट्र की कल्पना कर सकते हैं। जहां तक नमामि गंगे की बात हुई, तो नमामि गंगे में भी सरकार ने काफी प्रयास किया, नो डाउट, लेकिन कहीं कहीं ये प्रयास जो है काफी हद तक फलीभूत नहीं हुई है। मैं अगर बनारस का मैं दौरा किया था, देखा कि नमामि गंगे काफी प्रभावित है, वहां काफी हद तक वहां प्रदूषण रहित है गंगा। लेकिन ठीक इसके विपरीत मैं जाता हूं बक्सर में, पटना में, भागलपुर में, तो स्थितियां काफी विपरीत है, क्योंकि प्रदूषण के नाम पर जितना नाला को प्रवाहित किया जाता है, कल कारखाने के जितने प्रदूषण है प्रवाहित होते हैं, तो उससे हम कह सकते हैं कि क्लाइमेट चेंज की बात तो हम बार बार करते हैं, लेकिन हम ये नहीं देखते हैं कि हम जितने कल कारखाने हैं उनकी गंदगी को जो है किस प्रकार से साफ करके गंगा यमुना में प्रवाहित करके एक समाज को एक दिशा दे। चूंकि हम देखते हैं कि समाज में हम लोग काफी कुछ बोलते हैं, लेकिन अक्सर से हम लोग पालन नहीं करते हैं। तो हमें भी सोचना चाहिए कि हम नमामि गंगे की कल्पना को किस प्रकार से साकार करें, बनारस की स्थिति को देखें कि पटना की स्थिति को देखें। तो इन सभी आकलनों को हमें जो है समझना है। और जहां तक बात आई जन आकांक्षाओं की बात आई, तो हमें सारे परिदृश्य को, सारे व्यापकता को देखते हुए एक ऐसे समाज में पॉलीथीन मुक्त बनाना चाहिए, ताकि हम देश को एक सही दिशा और सही मार्गदर्शन की ओर ले जाएं। मुझे लगता है कि मेरा समय पर्याप्त है, और जो भी प्रश्न करता है वो मुझसे निसंदेह प्रश्न कर सकते हैं। मैं प्रश्न के लिए तत्पर हूं, और मुझे हॉस्पिटल भी जाना है। तो सर बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। कोई प्रश्न हो तो आप निसंकोच प्रश्न करें।
सर क्या मैं कुछ बोल सकती हूँ?
निश्चित तौर पर, निश्चित तौर पर।
सर, जो आपने बताया था कि नमामि गंगे का जो परियोजना है वो बनारस में बहुत ही सक्सेसफुल रहा है, इसके पीछे कारण ये है कि वहाँ की जो विधान मतलब जो वो है वो मोदी जी का क्षेत्र है। तो अगर पॉलिटिकल लीडर अपने अपने क्षेत्र का बीड़ा उठा ले तो निश्चित रूप से ही ये सारी नदियां साफ हो जाएंगी। आपको पता है कि मोदी जी के आने से पहले बनारस की घाटें बहुत गंदी थी। मैं एक्चुअली बनारस की हूँ तो मुझे अच्छे से पता है, बहुत गंदी थी। उनके आने के बाद ही, वो स्वच्छता अभियान लाने के बाद ही वो घाट बहुत ही सुंदर हो चुका है। तो मेरा ये मानना है कि अगर अपने अपने क्षेत्र के जो विधानसभा के जो मेंबर है वो अगर इसका बीड़ा उठाएंगे तो डेफिनेटली वो सब मुक्त हो सकते हैं।
निश्चित तौर पर दिल नाउम्मीद तो नहीं, नाकाम ही तो है, लंबी है गम की शाम मगर शाम ही तो है। मैम अनुराधा मैम, आपने एक यक्ष प्रश्न किया। मुझे लगता है कि इच्छा जो है, इच्छा को जब तक व्यक्ति की इच्छा न हो, एक मानसिकता निर्मित न हो, तब तक हम जन चेतना को जागृत नहीं कर सकते हैं। मैं थोड़ा सा विषयांतर होना चाहता हूँ। बिहार में शराबबंदी है लेकिन लोग शराब पीते हैं, तो दिखता है, भूत दिखता नहीं है लेकिन हर जगह प्रकट हो जाता है। तो हमें एक इच्छा शक्ति दिखाने की आवश्यकता है। और अनुराधा मैम, आपसे एक विशेष आग्रह है कि आप अपना आभासी मंच से प्रकट हो, तो मुझे लगता है कि संवाद बनाने में काफी हद तक हम लोग सहज हो सकते हैं। क्योंकि मैं आपको एक आवाज के द्वारा मैं देख रहा हूँ, सुन रहा हूँ। अगर आप स्वतः प्रकट हो जाएं तो हो सकता है कि संवाद बनाने की शैली जो है काफी हद तक विकसित हो जाएगी। आपने एक यक्ष प्रश्न पूछा, ये हमको जो है काफी हद तक इस पर गंभीरता पूर्वक विचार करनी चाहिए और समाज में एक जन जागृति लाने की आवश्यकता है, एक चेतना लाने की आवश्यकता, मुझे ऐसा लगता है।
श्योर सर, श्योर, थैंक यू।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। और कोई प्रश्न है तो कहें।
Hello. Thank you, Chandan sir. Thank you very much for your nice presentation. Next participant is paper ID is 12 PP12 SR Chaudhary, enriching financial inclusion through vintage. Title of the paper. SR Chaudhary is there.
Not responded, sir.
Please, sir.
Next participant, that is PP number 13, Kranti Kothurwar. Her topic of title of the paper is Consequences of Pandemic and Literature.
Yes, sir. Yes, I am here, sir.
Okay.
Sir, can I share my
proceed.
screen?
Yes, sure. Ingole sir, make her co-host.
Sir.
Okay, now share.
Yes, sir. I am sharing. Sir, I am unable to share my screen. Please make me co-host.
Now, already you have a post. Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Proceed.
Sir, am I audible?
Yes,
Yes, you are audible. Go ahead, ma'am.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon to everyone. This is Kranti Koturwar, a student of BA second year. studying at People's College, Nanded. I am really thankful to all of you that you have given me an opportunity to present my research paper in this conference. Title of my research paper is Consequences of Pandemic and Literature. Recently, the entire world has shaken hands with an uninvited enemy called pandemic COVID-19. People need to stay completely in isolation. That atmosphere was like none of us experienced before. This atmosphere of tumultuous time has sketched by several writers, unveiling its impacts on social, economical, educational, philosophical sectors. Realism got promoted in pandemic era. Before pandemic, plight of perspectives was like in the world of communication, conversation was disappearing. In the world of facilities, feelings were disappearing. In the world of materialism, emotions were disappearing, and in the world of health was disappearing. This was the plight of perspective. It changed by pandemic, and aspects of life were re-established on the basis of health, emotions, conversation, and individuality. Hence, this researcher would like to lens upon consequences of pandemic and literature. Literature is always playing an excellent role in giving an image of society. It is a mirror of society. Broadened by literature is a lens that shows refraction of society. Pandemic is an emergence of not only a colossal catastrophe, but also a new approach to life. Literature portrays this consciousness of calamity, which reveals the value of life by distinguishing between which things are prior than others. Pandemic taught us to be more selfless. Moreover, I would like to glance on pandemic and literature. Hence, I would like to talk about pandemic and lockdown. Uday Mukherjee's Essential Atoms and Other Tales from Land in Lockdown is a novel discloses the life of people during pandemic. On a one hand, people struggle to earn even their single time bread, and another, people who were economically settled down has experienced less problem as compared to that of poor one. Mukherjee has sketched the portrait of perspectives of people by accurately by testing their faith, optimism, and endurance. One of the shades of lockdowns includes unexplainable advantages, like it has given us an opportunity to learn something new. Another shade of lockdown is the refraction of paper-based society into digitalized one. Lockdown also shades on laborers, because unemployment was the massive demon in front of people. This plight of laborers unveiled in the novel by Vipul Khatri's titled with 1,232 kilometers, The Long Journey Home. It is more like an allegory which has a surface story of courage to travel 1,232 kilometers, rather than hidden underneath is that of unexpected cooperation for that of the strangers, but not from the expected authorities. While to reveal the philosophical change, I would like to switch on pandemic and philosophical change. Epics like Ramayana and Mahabharata were loved most in turbulent times because it bestowed people with peace and satisfaction. That morality that was taught in these religious epics, utilized by society to develop, to inspire, to transform, to survive, and mostly to be a satisfied one. People tended towards spirituality and Vedantic philosophy, and once again they switch on old age thoughts and life. Hence, post-pandemic literary trends are likely based upon realism, individualism, spirituality, and etc. Furthermore, while talking about pandemic and love, family, and relationship, I would like to point that how loving and emotional bond can be cure your heart disease by the strength of closeness is the core formula which is derived from pandemic. Impact of pandemic on love is described by Craig Santos Pierre in his poem Love in the Time of COVID. Pandemic given us an opportunity to spend more quality of time with our families, which strengthen the bonds with them. In conclusion, I only would like to say that society had changed its way of thinking from hate to love, from ignorance to concentration, from selfishness to togetherness, wastage to save, and betrayal to honesty. And these all aspects captured in an evidence book called Evidence Book of Society called Literature. This is done, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kranti. Very nice presentation. As a student member,
Yes,
you
sir,
have
yes.
nicely present your topic. Thank you once
Thank
again.
you. Thank you.
Next presenter is PPID 14, Nupur Dalvi and Dr. Vinay Gandhal. Topic of Nupur Dalvi is online shopping and issues of misleading advertisement. Nupur is there?
Yes, sir, I am present.
Okay. Now proceed.
Sir, can I share my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it visible, sir?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
Now it is visible.
Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So my topic is online shopping and issues of advertisement, misleading advertisements. And my name is Nupurakesh Darvi from TY BCom, KMC College, Kopoli. So online shopping does not need much explanation, as you can see, because many people know what online shopping is nowadays. These are the topics that I will be covering from my research paper. And this is the introduction. So online shopping is the action or activity of buying goods or services over the internet. And from the definition from our trusted Wikipedia, e-commerce or online shopping is a firm which allows customers to directly buy goods and services from sellers over the internet using the web browser or an app. So this research paper highlights the aspects of online shopping and issues of misleading advertisement. And we are going to see how we collected the data. The data has been collected in two parts. We have reviewed literature as a form of secondary data, and we prepared a Google form which we sent through WhatsApp Messenger and received responses. That is, we collected primary data for this research too. So these are the objectives with which the research paper was created. To study the awareness about online shopping and its coverage of the markets, which means the online shopping, how much the online shopping has been forming, and the markets it has covered. To study the challenges and concerns faced by the consumer while shopping online, which is what are the concerns faced by the customers, like what are they afraid of, or what issues they want to be addressed while online shopping. And the rest of the objectives are present on the slide. I have explained the research methodology, which was primary data and secondary data. And from this, I had sent this to over 150 people, and 62 responses were received. But as you can see, people are aware while they fill these forms that they are giving away some personal information. But while they are shopping, they are not as careful, which was revealed by our survey. When asked the question, what are the biggest challenges that they face while shopping online, most of the people face the challenges of low quality and ratings, which is when they ordered the product, it was it was very highly recommended. But when they tried to use the product, when the product actually arrived, the product had low quality and it was not at all same. That is, it was not the thing which was advertised. That is misleading advertisements, which means that you are advertising a certain thing, but in reality it is something else. And the conclusion to which we arrived from our research was that online shopping is greatly advanced nowadays, and most of the people are now online shopping and like to online shop because we don't have to go to markets and we don't have to face the crowds. But it still needs to be streamlined, and there are some issues that need to be sorted for online shopping to be very safe very safe platform. And the second conclusion to which our research led us was that misleading advertisements are growing in number. That is, there are various advertisements through which frauds are committed, or people are being misled into buying things that they don't need, or that are not the same as that are being advertised. So this need to be stopped, and there are a few suggestions in my research paper regarding it. And I would like to go ahead with the next slide. The suggestions are for the formation of comprehensive legislations. That is, we do have the consumer redressal forums and all, but to a certain degree they do not extend to online shopping, and a separate body of the government should be formed to help with online shopping issues. Special care must be taken to ensure the proposed legislations on advertisement, that is, special legislations must be formed for like governing the advertisement issues. And customers, especially customers, should be more aware, because through online shopping more and more people could be misled. More and more people could be misled. So thank you everyone. This was my presentation on my research paper, and thank you for giving me your precious time and this opportunity.
Thank you, Nupur. Thank you very much. Very nicely presented your topic.
Thank you, sir.
Now may I call PP number 15, Mrs. Sonali Sathe. Her topic is financial technology, a new development in the financial sector. Sonali Sathe, is ma'am there?
Go ahead, sir.
Okay. Next participant is Miss Pote Tanuja. Paper ID 16, and her topic is a study of accident on National Highway number 448 and traffic management.
Musky sir, she has
Yes,
submitted voice over PPT. Take next participants, please.
Okay, next is paper ID 70, Dr. A. Samina. Her topic is environmental pollution, causes and consequences. Dr. Samina.
Next participant, sir.
Okay, sir. Participant number 18, Dr. R.B. Datir. His topic is the effect of organically chelated micronutrients on growth and yield of chili. Dr. R.B. Datir.
Next, sir.
Paper ID 19, Miss Vaishnavi Dixit.
Yes, sir, I
Her
am there.
topic is
So please allow me to share the screen.
okay, sir. Make her a co-host.
Sir, am I audible?
You're audible.
Hello.
Proceed, ma'am. Who is this 09 Kishan Pawar? Please keep your mic mute. Kishan Pawar. Yeah, yes. Proceed.
So, thank you, sir. For myself, Vaishnavi Vijay Dixit from KMC College, Khopoli. I have got a opportunity to present my research paper on the topic role of media and consumer protection program. As we all know that media plays an important role on the changing behavior or pattern of consumers, because today everyone is aware about the new trends and fashions of the modern world. First of all, I would like to give the introduction about the history of Consumer Rights Day. Every year, 15th March is observed as World Consumer Rights Day. It commemorates a historic declaration in 1962 by former US President John F. Kennedy of 4 basic consumer rights, that is right to safety, right to be informed, right to choose, and right to be heard. In olden days, because of lack of information and illiteracy, people used to get exploited by the shopkeepers. But today, the picture is fully opposite. The role of media are increasingly influencing and changing the way the consumer behave and how they take the decisions for buying the products. For this research, there are some objectives. On this objective, the research is fully based to understand or to study the impact of media on consumer behavior and their awareness towards their rights, to understand how media has come forward to create awareness about consumer protection and all such legislations, to evaluate the response of media towards consumer protection. For this research, there is certain methodology. On this methodology, this research is based. There are two sources of data, that is primary data and secondary data. The primary data was collected through structured questionnaire, which is circulated among the consumers through online Google form. And the secondary data is collected by taking the review of research paper, articles, and from websites. From this questionnaire, we got 64 respondents, and out of them, the first question was asked about the gender, and about out of the 64 respondents, the majority is of female, that is 77%, and the male are 23%. The second question was asked about the age group, and the majority for age group is 18 to 25 years old, that is 78.70%, and below 18 are 9.80, 25 to 35 years are 6.60, and above 35 are 11.50%. The next question was asked about the awareness about the consumer, and for that, most of the consumers are aware about their Consumer Protection Act, that is 94.9% are aware, and only 5.10% are not aware about their consumer rights. The next question was asked about the education, and most of the respondents are graduates, and only postgraduate are 29.50%. For this, I came to the conclusion that our study concludes that most of the people are aware about their consumer rights and Consumer Protection Act. While using social media, they take advantage of information availability, and this modern generation know how to show their dissatisfaction if products are faulty or defective. And this graph shows the result that the majority is 48.30% gives their shows their dissatisfaction by directly complaining to the company by the customer service, and some only discuss with their friends and fellows, and 23.30% do not complain to the company. And This research suggests that in this 21st century, using media for buying and selling products is more common, but still there are some regions of area where the people are not familiar with the use of media. Consumers should give their comments, should share their views about the product to the company so that the company can take measures to improve the quality of their product. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Vaishnavi. Very nice PPT and presentation also. And our
you,
next
sir.
participant is number 20, Tushar Ganpat Wakse. His topic is impact of Brexit on Indian economy. Tushar.
Tushar is there.
Is there?
Next,
I got it, sir.
Yes, sir.
Next is, I think many of the paper is from commerce. I think we should go to humanities and other, or we should continue.
Continue, sir. Continue. There is a.
Okay.
There is a
sequence. Okay.
Okay.
Next number is 21. Paper ID is 21. Sudarshan Gajanan Patil. His topic is correlation between public opinion and political campaign. Sudarshan is there? Sudarshan?
I think he's not there, sir.
Okay. Number 22, Sarvesh Parab and Dr.
Yes, sir.
Anil Pote.
Participants are requested.
Okay. Sarvesh.
Your mics.
His topic is recent trend in
Vaishnavi,
digital banking.
Mute yourself, please. Yeah.
Digital banking, mobile and internet banking with reference to Mumbai city. Sarvesh.
Yes, sir. Yes. So can I share my screen?
Yes.
Hope so you can able to hear me properly.
Yeah.
So hi, very good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Sarvesh Parab, and I'm a research student with research guide Dr. Mukta Pote, madam, from SK Somaya College of Arts, Science and Commerce, Vidya Vihar, Mumbai. So my today's research topic is in recent trends in digital banking with specialization of mobile banking and internet banking. I have covered the responses with regards to the Mumbai city as well. So I'm moving. This is my introduction. As we are already been knowing, digital world itself is the biggest opportunity for us in order to take across all the opportunities, all the taking criterias in the same and so on. So in regards to the same, I with emerging world called banking sector, I have taken across this important topic with regards to the digital bankings and so on. This is my research methodology topic, and under the same, I'm trying to understand, I'm trying to conclude that how the depositors can able to know their conveniences, their comfortability under the same. With regards to the same hypothesis topic I have taken, I have assumed certain things are that this is the majorly using digital banking with each depositors from their ends on daily basis, routine businesses and so on. With regards to the limitation of my project, my projects to be precisely simple and clear, which in order to understand all about the things. So I have taken all across the Indian banks only, so I can able to conclude all over the Indian bank systems, primary objective of their banks, primary features of their banks, and able to understand their projects and features on the same. Also, the data collection of my project will able to contain primary as well as secondary data under the same. Now I'm coming across to the important topic called data collection under the same. So I have taken across data collection from primary data called Google from survey method, and secondary data as well as some references books of the same. So under the same, I have understood from this particular project called the depositors, the customers of the every bank will not enjoying the digital banking systems and so on, due to the one reason called they are coming across there are many servers issue at government bank especially and private bank as compared to the same will be functioning their all servers issue, maintenance of their servers issue will be functioning very well at their end, but government bank are still lacking behind the same issue, and this is happening very oftenly. That is why the customers are pretty dislike to continue with the digital banking, and they should be still moving ahead with their own objective called hardcore cash and so on. So we could coming across, and we are having some important suggestions from some people that they should move, government should move every banking sector, every banking organization, RBI apex institution should work on the same, so that every people should function, every people should have their own functioning under the banking system will be happen very smoothly and so on. Also, this is my conclusion of the same project, same research topic, that we have already understood this is a very primary objective of everything to happen. This is a time consuming concept as digital banking came across and so on. But if we are coming across with these important suggestions, which importantly given by the customers, we can able to function with that own objectives and so on. So this is all my references of the same, which I have used under the secondary data and so on. Also, I would like to thank on my behalf of research guide, Dr. Mukta Pote Madam, from my college, SK Somaya College of Arts, Science and Commerce, and to the whole managing team over the year, to the ACS college only. Thank you so much, sir, for the presentation.
Thank you, Sarvesh. A very good topic for your PhD, and best of luck. Now
Thank
the
you, sir.
next number is 23. Mr. Sripad Kudkial. His topic is a study of job satisfaction of technician with special reference to Sri Markande Solapur Sahakari Rugnalaya and Research Center Solapur. Mr. Sripad.
Mr. Sripad is there? Go ahead, sir. Next.
Okay, next is 24 number, Miss Sandhya Ingle. Her topic is a study on occupational stress faced by traffic police in Pune district. Miss Sandhya is there?
No, she is not there, sir.
Okay, next participant, number 25, Professor Janvi R. Kolte, Professor Rohan Biraj Pakar. Topic is geopolitics at the rate 75, exploring the India way.
Professor Janvi Kolte is there? No, sir. Next.
Okay,
Dr.
next
Chandan
is
Kumar is there?
Archana Yadav, 27. चंदन कुमार हो गए थे, उनका हो गया.
जी जी.
Okay, next participant, participant 27, Archana
Yes, sir.
Yadav, Vinod
Yes, sir.
Kumar.
Welcome, ma'am. Welcome.
Okay, her topic, welcome, ma'am. Her topic is teaching and learning of environmental sciences, leveraging augmented reality.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am,
Good
you
afternoon,
can
sir.
proceed.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon.
So please allow me to share the PPT.
English, sir.
You can share, ma'am. Please share your screen.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Maske, sir.
Yes, sir.
We conclude this session at 2 p.m., sir. Sharp.
No, sir.
You can
We
ask
will
to
extend the
Banswali
time
sir
up
and
to 2:30 p.m.
2:30. Okay. Okay. Okay, sir.
Archana, ma'am, you are sharing.
Yes, sir. So there is some problem, so I'm presenting without sharing, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So good afternoon, everyone. So I and my supervisor, Dr. Vinod Kumar Kavaria. So we are presenting a paper on teaching and learning of environmental science leveraging augmented reality. So I will be giving a brief introduction of my topic, and I will discussing about the environmental education and how integrating augmented reality is a challenge as well as an opportunity for the teachers. And then I will conclude my presentation. So environmental technology, it has the potential to completely change how people interact with nature. And I see environmental education and educational technology as a blend, and that leads to environmental technology. So science teachers require the skills to construct a learning environment that encourages the emergence and growth of the 21st century skills. So if we look at environmental education, it covers development of creative thinking, attitude, skills, and eco-friendly behavior that are part of the 21st century skills as well. It motivates to conserve environment like waste management, water conservation, and green consciousness to take green social responsible actions. And it allows to create environmental champions that address the environmental crisis. How integrating augmented reality is a challenge as well as opportunity. So the integration of augmented reality, it leads to digitally proficient, well-taught and technically supported instructions. It advocates augmented reality uses so that reformed schools reflect what research says is the best practice. And it allows to fit the research findings into the current structures and culture of schools. So I would like to conclude that teachers should evaluate their present pedagogical practices in order to effectively blend technology and inquiry into their practices. And technology integrated focused professional development programs should also be encouraged in educational institution to give teachers the chance to share their experiences with peers and industry leaders. So I thank you on behalf of my supervisor, Dr. Vinod Kumar Kavaria, to the organizers to allow me to present my presentations. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. So your guide. Next presenter is PP number 28, Dr. B.B. Rahane. His topic is inclusive approach for sustainable development and environmental ethics. Is Rahane sir is there? Dr.
Next,
B.B.
sir.
Rahane.
Next, sir. Next.
Next, number 29, Harshada Sunil Darekar. Her topic is the impact of media on global electoral politics.
Arshada ma'am is there?
Miss
No, sir.
Paper ID 30, Deepika Walecha. Her topic is a survey on awareness about the trading in stock market with reference to the Ulhasnagar city. Deepika ma'am is there?
No, sir.
Sir. Okay, next is 31, Anjali Singhvi.
Yes, sir.
Her topic is welcome. Her topic is exploring the potential of fungal strains in biodegradation of LDP, a scientific analysis. Anjali ma'am, you can proceed.
Yes, sir. Just give me 1 minute to present.
Okay, sure.
Anjali ma'am,
Yes, sir.
please go
Just
ahead.
a minute, sir.
Share your screen. Anjali ma'am, you need any help?
Can there is any problem?
Sir, 1 minute.
Okay.
I'm sorry for the delay, sir, but actually my laptop is not working. So I have to present with my phone only.
Okay, okay, it's okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You start your presentation. Kishan Pong, sir, please put your video and audio.
Is it visible, sir?
Please go ahead.
Uh, Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank this platform and my institute for giving me this opportunity to present. My topic is exploring the potential of fungal strains in biodegradation of low density polyethylene. So basically, plastics are polymers that consist of monomers linked together by chemical bonds. Polythene is a thermoplastic polymer produced by monomers of ethylene. LDPE materials are strong, lightweight. LDPE materials are strong, lightweight, durable, thus are widely used for manufacturing various containers, dispensing bottles, plastic bags, and various molded laboratory wares. As we know that plastic pollution is a very severe problem that are upcoming in nowadays, and various methods have been applied to solve these problems, but the best methods which produces no pollution is biodegradation. Here in the culture lab, we grow fungus. We put plastic pieces that are basically LDPE. Fungal inoculation is made, which degrades the plastic in few weeks or in a month. The methods which are used: first, LDPE powder was prepared, isolation of fungal strain was done, then tests like CO2 evolution test, which is also known as modified sperm test, was performed. Later, gravimetric analysis was performed. First, isolation was done, fungus was collected. Fungus was collected from the dump sites in Jaipur area, and total 10 fungal isolates were collected, out of which uh, only performed staining of 7 was done, which shown results. Lactophenol blue cotton staining. Basically, lactophenol stain is used and later it was observed in the microscope at 10x, and the following pictures show the presentation. First was Aspergillus niger, second was Penicillium notatum, third was Penicillium chrysogenum, fourth was Trichoderma harzineum, fifth was Aspergillus flavus, sixth was Aspergillus ochraceus, seventh was Penicillium oxalicum. Then the potential of the fungal isolates from the dumping site to degrade polythene was done. It was basically performed. 60 days of incubation was done, and the result has shown that Aspergillus flavus has degraded more plastic as compared to other fungal strains. Later, Petri dish method was done. In this method, agar medium was poured in the Petri plates, suspension culture was poured, plastic pieces were kept, which were first sterilized. And after 2 weeks of incubation, following results have been concluded. And in this results also, aspergillus flavus has shown the most degradation. And later, CO2 evolution test was performed, in which at first 1 molar KO solution was added. After 1 week of incubation, 0.1 molar of BaCl2 was added, and white precipitate was formed, which was weighed later. And in this results, Aspergillus flavus and Penicillium has shown most degradation while calculating their results. Last test which was performed was clear zone test method, in which suspension culture was poured and a fungal inoculation was done, and the results have been shown that the diameter of the colonies that were obtained, some has shown more diameter and some has even shown negative. And the following discussion, we can conclude that several methods were employed to monitor the biodegradation of polythene, and the most results were from 7 to 28 days. And we can conclude that Aspergillus flavus and Penicillium degrades more LDPE, and we can use this on a large scale or industrial level to degrade more plastic and in an effective way, which shows no harmful results. Again, thank you and sorry for the inconvenience.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anjali ma'am. Next participant, that is PPID is 32, Ritisha Nalavadi. Her topic is title Realistic Perspective and Existence of Farmer and Farming in India. Ritisha ma'am is there.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay, next participant, number is 33, Miss Suvarna Nikam. Her topic is a critical study on online gaming and gambling with reference to college going student. Miss Suvarna Nikam.
Suvarna ma'am is there.
Is there.
PP 34, sir.
Next participant, 34, Mr. Deepak Gowde. His topic is a study on critical analysis of fact checker of fake news on published in social media. Mr. Deepak Gowde.
No, sir, he is not there. PP 35.
Okay, next number 35, Dr. Syed Junaid sir, Dr. Dinesh Nair sir. His topic is water is an incredible element of environment.
Dr. Syed is there,
Syed,
sir. Go ahead, sir. PP 36.
36, Bhavesh M. Patil, Sunil Peshane Vishwanath Patil.
There, sir.
His topic is robust. Is there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm there.
Welcome, sir.
Okay. His topic is welcome, sir. His topic is robust polyurethane elastomers and coating showing autonomous healing based on hindered urea bond chemistry.
Yes, sir.
Welcome, sir.
Okay, sir. I will share my screen, sir.
Ingoli, sir, make him co-host.
Sir, is my PPT visible?
Not yet, but sharing. It's sharing.
Okay, is it visible, sir?
Yeah, sir.
It is visible.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, sir. My topic is robust polyurethane urea elastomer and coatings showing autonomous healing based on hindered urea bond chemistry. Basically, self-healing materials are the smart materials which have the built-in capability to automatically repair the damages and scratches with or without external stimuli. As we can see, there are two types of self-healing materials which can heal by an external triggers, or there are some which they do not require any external triggers for self-healing. The main potential uses of this self-healing polymers, as we can see, they can be used in coatings and laptops, plastics, plus they can provide a self-maintenance without any human intervention. So the overall possibilities of the smart materials is limitless. Basically, our aims and objective is to provide self-in protective coatings which can provide a long-lasting corrosion protection, and plus which can avoid the cost of maintenance. So about my project work, basically my work is based on hindered urea bond chemistry to develop self-filling polyurethane urea coatings. Basically, we know that amide bond, CONH2 bond, which is considerably stable. But if you substitute the amide bond, the nitrogen of the amide by a bulky substituent, it weakens the carbonyl amine interaction, and which results in an intermediate called as ketene, which is highly unstable. So there is one such group which is urea, in which if you substitute by a bulky substituent, it weakens that conjugation effect and results in the formation of an isocyanate and an amine. So both are very stable. So this is my basic principle on which my work is there. For this, we have prepared the hindered urea bond moieties by using isocyanate and amines. We can see here I have prepared 5 different hindered urea moieties, by use of which we can develop self-healing coatings. These are the IR spectra of this coatings, this hindered urea moieties. These are the NMR spectra. So from this NMR and IR, we have confirmed the formation of hindered urea moieties. This is my scheme for the pre-polymer synthesis. Basically, my scheme is divided into 2 parts. First is the pre-polymer, and second is the actual synthesis. In pre-polymer, we are using a polyol, a triol, and a diisocyanate to prepare a NCO terminated polyurethane pre-polymer. We can see there is a terminal NCO group. This NCO group further, this is the IR spectra to confirm the formation of the pre-polymer. We can see the NCO group over here at around 2300 centimeter inverse. This is my actual scheme. We can see the red marking is over is the pre-polymer. This we form a pre-polymer which is further reacted with the hindered urea moieties, the 5 hindered urea moieties which we have synthesized. The pre-polymer is reacted with them. The NCO group reacts with this HOB moieties, and we form a self-filling polyurethane urea. We can see this is the IR spectrum. We can see over here clearly that the NCO group, which was a terminated NCO group, the peak of it has been disappeared, or as it is consumed, it is reacted with the hindered urea moieties. This is my second reaction, second product, and there is confirmation from this graph. This is the this is my another scheme in which I have used polyester polyol. In the first scheme, I have used only polyol, like polyethylene glycol, ranging from 200 molecular weight to 20,000 molecular weight. In second scheme, I have used polyester polyol instead of normal polyol. We can see over here, this is my self-filling coatings. I have scratched PUU, polyurethane urea, on the metal plate, that is the mild steel plate, which I have kept for around 45 degrees Celsius in an oven. And we can see approximately in 18 hours, we can see a good recovery of the coating. Like it's self-filled, it's got a self-filled. We can see in the glass also, we have, means basically I have coated this coating on 2 substrate. For A is a glass substrate and B is a mild steel substrate. Okay, and we can see I have scratched it, the PU, and it has shown a good recovery or good self-filling within 18 hours. We can see this video also. Along with the self-filling property, this polymer has also shown a good flexibility and stiffness. We can see in this video further. We can see the flexibility is also very good, and also the stiffness is good, shown to the by the polymer. this is my film of the coating by using the another HUB. This is my another polymer which has been, we can see the film is quite transparent and good stiffness and flexibility in it, also showing good self-healing properties. This is the mechanical properties which has been measured by using the universal testing machine. We can see the high tensile strength plus percent elongation is very good. Then I have done the electrochemical impedance spectroscopy to check the corrosion resistance of these coatings, which has been coated on the MS plates. We can see the polarization resistance shown is almost above 50 gigaohm, which is a very good value as compared to the rest of the previously reported coatings. Basically, the polarization resistance is highly accepted at around at around 10 mega ohms, means in the power of 10 raised to 6. If we get a polarization resistance in the power of 10 raised to 6, we consider it as a good good coating. But I have got the coating resistance at around 10 raised to 9 in the power of 10 raised to 9, which is 50 above 50 gigaohm, which indicates its anti-corrosion properties. The contact angle is 62. Yeah, actually, basically, the contact angle is between 62 to 90. There are few polymers which I have got around 90. Further study of my work, my research work will be like incorporating the invisible barcode, in which gold nanoparticles will be incorporated in this polymer molecules, which can be used for invisible barcoding.
Time, please, sir.
So my conclusion over here is I have prepared some good polyurethane urea polymers which can be used as an anti-corrosion coatings. Plus, they are showing good flexibility and stiffness. Okay, thank you, sir. I would like thank you for the opportunity.
Welcome, Bhavesh. Very good work that is you have presented here. Audience, any question? Okay, no question. We can proceed further. Thank you once again, Bhavesh, sir.
Thank you.
And now the next participant is PP number, that is SS Gore. Topic is structural and AMP optical study of lithium sulfate doped urea succinic acid single crystal. Gore, SS Gore is there.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay. Next is number 38, Sachin Vittal Phalke. His topic is history of recent trends in Indian agriculture.
Sachin, sir, is there?
Sachin.
PP39, sir.
39, संते लालचंद्र रामचंद्र. भारतातील शेती क्षेत्रातील अल्प उत्पादकतेच्या समस्येचा अभाव.
संते लालचंद्र आहेत का? संते सर. सर PP40.
Number 40. बिराजदार श्रीमंत महादेव. डॉक्टर बिराजदार, सॉरी. त्यांचा विषय आहे भारतीय शेती क्षेत्रातील सद्यस्थिती. डॉक्टर बिराजदार सर.
डॉक्टर बिराजदार सर आहेत का?
प्लीज.
नेक्स्ट. ठीक आहे. नेक्स्ट 41 प्राध्यापक संदीप चपटे.
प्लीज
सर तुम्ही अनाउन्स.
Yeah,
please announce only PPID name.
Yeah, I am only name announced, and if there the spend, please.
Time constant. We will go fast.
Yeah. PP41 is
42.
Sandhu Bhagu Chapte. PP42 Dr. Jinal Go Gharat is there. No. PP43 Pragati Uday Sane.
Yes, sir.
Welcome, ma'am. Please.
नमस्कार. मी मुंबई युनिव्हर्सिटी.
Your topic is भारताच्या प्राचीन संस्कृतीचा पाया असलेले वैदिक ग्रंथ, शुल्ब सूत्रे आणि गणित भूमिती. ये मैम का टॉपिक है. मॅम यू कॅन प्रेझेंट इन मराठी.
हा माझ्याकडे मी प्रेझेंटेशन नाहीये सर, पण मी पेपर बद्दल सांगते.
ओके चालेल मॅडम, 5 मिनिटामध्ये
हो
कन्क्लूड
येस
करा.
येस.
ओके,
नमस्कार, मी मुंबई युनिव्हर्सिटीच्या संस्कृत डिपार्टमेंटच्या दुसऱ्या वर्षाचा अभ्यास करते आणि तिथे मी विषय घेतलाय गणित आणि भूमितीचा पाया आपल्याला आपल्या वैदिक ग्रंथांमध्ये कसा आढळतो त्याबद्दल मी अभ्यास केलेला आहे. आता सध्या आपण जी प्रमेय आणि जे सिद्धांत वगैरे आपण पायथागोरसचं प्रमेय आहे किंवा इतर जे गणिती सिद्धांत आहेत त्याच्याबद्दल त्याचा सगळ्याचा पाया आपल्याला आपल्या वैदिक ग्रंथांमध्ये दिसतो. म्हणजे अगदी प्राचीन काळामध्ये आपण जर पाहिलं तर सिंधू संस्कृतीपासून जर आपण सुरुवात केली तर सिंधू संस्कृतीमध्ये सुद्धा त्या काळी बांधलेली जी घरं होती किंवा त्या काळची जी नगर रचना होती तिथे आपल्याला दिसून येतात की ते रस्ते एकमेकांना काटकोनात छेदलेले आहेत. त्या काळचे ग्रंथ किंवा तिथली तेव्हाची लिपी आता अवगत नसल्यामुळे आपल्याला जो काही शोध आहे किंवा जो काही आधार आहे तो उत्खननामध्ये जे आपल्याला अवशेष सापडलेले आहेत त्यावरून ते आपल्याला कन्क्लूड करता येतं. आणि त्याच्या पुढे जेव्हा आपण येतो आणि वैदिक ग्रंथ आहेत, वैदिक ग्रंथांचाच एक भाग जो वेदांग आहे, वेदांगांमधली सूत्र जी आहेत कल्पसूत्र, ज्याच्यामध्ये शुल्ब सूत्र हा त्याच्यातला एक सब टॉपिक आहे. त्याच्यामध्ये आपल्याला त्याचं लिखित स्वरूपातलं सगळं साहित्य आढळतं. शुल्बसूत्र जी एकूण 9 आहेत उपलब्ध, त्यातली 4 महत्वाची आहेत, कात्यायन, बोधायन, मानव आणि आपस्तंभ. तर त्या सूत्रांमध्ये या सगळ्याचा आढावा घेतलेला दिसतो. इनफॅक्ट तेव्हा जे यज्ञ याग या सगळ्या गोष्टी होत होत्या तेव्हा त्या यज्ञ यागाला मोठ्या प्रमाणावर महत्व होतं. तर त्या यज्ञवेदी बांधण्यापासून अग्निचिती बांधण्यापासून प्रत्येक ठिकाणी आपल्याला गणिताचा आणि भूमितीचा उपयोग झालेला दिसतोय. तेव्हा ते मे बी एक शास्त्र म्हणून नव्हतं, ते तेव्हाच्या दैनंदिन जीवनाची गरज म्हणून ते वापरात येत होतं. आणि ते ज्या पद्धतीने त्याच्यामध्ये आपल्याला 2चं वर्गमूळ, 3 घनमूळ ह्या सगळ्या संकल्पना सुद्धा आपल्याला दिसतात. आता सध्या याच्यामध्ये आपण जे गणित भूमिती वापरतो त्या सगळ्याचा पाया आपल्याला आपल्या वैदिक ग्रंथांमध्ये त्या वेदांगांमध्ये आढळतो. हे माझं कन्क्लुजन आहे. थँक्यू सो मच सर. आणि मी माझे प्राध्यापक अजय पेंडसे सर ज्यांनी मला या शोधासाठी आणि या प्रेझेंटेशनसाठी जी मदत केली त्यांचे पण मी आभार मानू इच्छिते. थँक्यू सो मच फॉर गिव्हिंग दिस अपॉर्च्युनिटी.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Your presentation is very valuable for Indian culture and Indian history. So again, thank you.
Thank you.
Now next participant is PP45 Dr. Gurunath Maunji Ghutte. Is there, sir?
Forward.
PP46 Dr. Shreya Sanjeev Dani. Dr. Shreya Sanjeev Dani is there. PP47 Dr. Badal Shah Domaji Chauhan. Dr. Badal Shah Domaji Chauhan is there, sir? You hear, sir, me clearly?
Yes, sir.
PP48 Pradhyapak Ramdas Yede.
No, sir.
Professor Ramdas sir is there?
No, sir.
PP49 Dr. Bharti Mahadev Sanap. Dr. Bharti ma'am is there? PP50 Ajay Pendse.
Yes, sir, I am here.
Welcome,
Yes,
sir.
sir,
Welcome.
I am here.
Welcome, sir. Welcome. Please go ahead, sir.
Okay. I didn't get time to prepare the PPT, but I will read the introduction and the conclusion due to time constraint. The topic of my presentation is स्वातंत्र्यवीर गाथा या संस्कृत महाकाव्यातून व्यक्त होणारे स्वातंत्र्यवीर सावरकर यांचे तत्वज्ञान. सो द इंट्रोडक्शन इज प्रस्तावना. रत्नागिरीमध्ये जन्माला आलेले भारतीय स्वातंत्र्य युद्धात मोलाची कामगिरी बजावणारे उत्तम कवी, समाज सुधारक आणि तत्वज्ञ असलेले विनायक दामोदर सावरकर वीर सावरकर या नावाने संपूर्ण जगात मान्य आहेत. तत्वचिंतक म्हणून त्यांच्या व्यक्तिमत्वाचा एक पैलू त्यांनी केलेल्या लिखाणामधून तसेच दिलेल्या विविध भाषणांमधून दिसून येतो. आधुनिक संस्कृत कवी असलेल्या गंगाधर विष्णू ठेकेदार उर्फ कवी केदार यांनी महात्मा गांधी, स्वातंत्र्यवीर सावरकर आणि नेताजी सुभाषचंद्र बोस यांचं चरित्र वर्णन करणारी अनुक्रमे महात्मायनम, स्वातंत्र्यवीर गाथा आणि नेताजी सुभाष चरितम ही 3 संस्कृत महाकाव्ये इसवी सनाच्या 20व्या शतकाच्या उत्तरार्धामध्ये लिहिलेली आहेत. हा जो माझा पेपर आहे, या पेपर मधून मी सावरकरांचं जे तत्वज्ञान आहे, जे त्या महाकाव्यांमधून आलेलं आहे, ते मांडण्याचा प्रयत्न केलेला आहे. त्याच्यामध्ये सावरकरांनी मांडलेली जीवमृत्यू संकल्पना असेल, सावरकरांनी मांडलेली ईश्वराची संकल्पना असेल, त्याच पद्धतीने सावरकरांचे जे गायीच्या संदर्भातले विचार आहेत ते असतील, त्याचा उहापोह केलेला आहे. आणि कन्क्लुजन मध्ये असं सांगण्यात आलेलं आहे की आजच्या काळात सुद्धा संस्कृत साहित्यामध्ये नवनिर्मिती होते आहे, साहित्य निर्मिती होते आहे. शिवाय तत्वज्ञान सांगत असताना कवी केदार यांनी ते पद्यमय भाषेमधून कसं सांगितलेलं आहे त्याचा उहापोह देखील या पेपरमध्ये केलेला आहे. तर जर पेपर छापला गेला, म्हणजे माझी इच्छा आहे की छापला जावा, छापला गेला तर जे इच्छुक आहेत त्यांना निश्चितपणे पेपर मधून या सर्व गोष्टी वाचता येतील. धन्यवाद.
थँक्यू सर, थँक्यू व्हेरी मच. अतिशय मूलगामी अशा प्रकारचं संशोधन आपण या स्वातंत्र्यवीर गाथा या संस्कृत महाकाव्यातून व्यक्त होणारे स्वातंत्र्यवीर सावरकर यांचं तत्वज्ञान हा जो शोध निबंधाचा विषय घेतलेला आहे तोच मुळात नाविन्यपूर्ण असा आहे. आणि आपण जे मांडलेलं संशोधनाचं सार आहे ते थोडक्यामध्ये सांगितलेलं आहे. निश्चितच आपला पेपर आम्ही छापू सर.
भारती मॅम, भारती मॅम, स्टार्ट युअर प्रेझेंटेशन.
टेंबे यांना काहीतरी विचारायचं.
भारती मॅम.
Yes, yes. Hello. Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
Yes, yes.
बोला,
You are audible.
You are audible.
Hello.
हाँ बोला मैडम, आवाज येतोय.
हाँ, आवाज सुनाई दे रही है मेरी?
जी जी, सुन रहे प्लीज.
हाँ, मेरे पेपर का विषय है शोध आलेख का हिंदी साहित्य की धाराएं, नया युग नया बोध। परिवर्तन के समय के विशेष संकेतों को प्रस्तुत करता है। परिवर्तन समय के विशेष संकेतों को प्रस्तुत करता है। परिवर्तन नवता का मूल भाव है। बरसों से सृजन के कगार पर अपने को, हेलो
बोलिए बोलिए, सुन पा रहे हैं. जी जी बोलिए, आपको सुन पा रहे हैं.
मैडम वीडियो ऑन करो.
हाँ हाँ, एक मिनिट. हे काय येते, एक मिनिट. हे बघा काय येते. हेलो. हाँ
बोलिए मैम, बोलिए.
हाँ सर, हाँ सर. परिवर्तन समय के विशेष संकेतों को प्रस्तुत करता है। परिवर्तन नवता का मूल भाव है। बरसों से सृजन के कगार पर अपने को तराशती प्रतिभा साहित्यकार की नई धारा बनी हुई है। प्रकृति के आह्लाद से रचता बचता साहित्य का संसार मनुष्य की बुद्धि की अनेक परतों को खोलकर जीवन को नए बोध से बांध देता है। उसे समय नहीं बांधता, अन्यथा बांध ही नहीं सकता। वह उसकी वेदना, करुणा एवं पीड़ा से तलस्पर्श कर असाधारण विशेष के द्वारा जन समाज तक पहुंचता है। कवि की दृष्टि से समय बाधा उत्पन्न नहीं करता, वह मनुष्य का अविरत साथी है। इसलिए कवि की संवेदना आकृति विशेष के रूप में समय को नाविक के रूप में इस प्रकार चित्रित करती है। ले चल मुझे भुलावा देकर मेरे नाविक धीरे धीरे, जिस गंभीर मधुर छाया में विश्व चित्रपट चल माया में अमर जागरण उषा नयन से बिखराती हो ज्योति घनी रे। यह कवि की समय के प्रति जागरूकता दिखाई देती है। रचनाकार की सजग दृष्टि युग के परिवेश में पल रहे नए मूल्यों की परख करती है। एक जौहरी की नई आकृति के प्रति जो परख है, उसी प्रकार की कवि की सौंदर्यानुभूति है। सहसा मानवीयता के नए मूल्यों की भी यही परिचायक है। यह अभिव्यक्ति मात्र परिचय के संबोधन से संतुष्ट नहीं है, उसे शब्द संकेतों के नए विशेष अपनाते हैं। नए बिंब, प्रतीकों एवं अलंकारों की सज्जा भी उसके नएपन की परिचायक है। ये बिंब प्रतीकों के समय रूपी आवास काल पद्धतियों के दरवाजों पर थाप लगाते हैं। यहीं से नए साहित्य के, नए युग के नए दरवाजे खुल जाते हैं। साहित्य की धारा प्रवाह में नया प्रवाह खुल जाता है। समयानुकूल बदलाव की आवश्यकता साहित्य समाज का साथ देती है। इसमें साहित्यकार की सीमाओं से रहित विशिष्ट परिधि में प्रतिभा के संस्कार उसके नए धारा प्रवाह को निरंतर प्रवहमान मार्ग देते हैं। इसके चलते साहित्य के अनेक युगों से बहते नए भाव बोध के संस्कारों से युक्त प्रवाह को मार्ग मिल जाता है। इसी में पलकर साहित्यकार युग निर्माता बन जाता है। उसके विशिष्ट सृजन भावबोध का बड़ा सुंदर संयोजन से पूर्ण निर्माण युग को नया परिचय देता है। अतएव रचना धर्मिता के मूल्यों को अनवरत धारण करने वाला साहित्यकार स्थितियों में परिवर्तन के संकेतों को नए दौर की संज्ञा में बांध देता है। मनुष्य एक समाज प्रिय प्राणी है। उसके रूप में समाज के प्रति अपने बंधन को वह सहज स्वीकार करता है। जन समाज का प्रतिनिधित्व करता हर व्यक्ति समय की सतत प्रवहमान धारा में निरंतर बहता चलता है। उसका मार्ग विविधताओं के विशेष में चलता है। मनुष्य की सहज पहचान यहाँ महत्व देती है। इसी साधारण मनुष्य को पहचान देना, उसे समाज में स्थापित करना रचनाकार का आद्य कर्तव्य है। विविध काल प्रवाहों में वर्गीकृत किया गया हिंदी साहित्य इसी मानवीय चेतना का अनंत काल से संवाहक है, साथी है। हिंदी साहित्य का इतिहास इसका साक्षी है कि समय समय पर युगानुकूल बदलते हुए साहित्य का परिचय अपनी विशेष छाप छोड़ता है। अपभ्रंश कविता से शुरुआत कर बौद्ध साहित्य, सिद्ध साहित्य, चर्यापद, नाथ साहित्य, जन साहित्य, जैनेतर काव्य और पुराण कविता से होता हुआ काव्य साहित्य की यात्रा रासो काव्य की, वीर काव्य की विशेष धरोहर बन जाती है। इसके बाद 1400 से 1650 तक का भक्ति आंदोलन भक्ति साहित्य की निर्गुण और सगुण काव्य धाराओं में विविध समाज सुधारक एवं आध्यात्मिक भक्ति आंदोलन की सशक्त लेखनी का असाधारण लेखा जोखा यहाँ पर विद्यमान है। संतों की सशक्त लेखनी समय के पर्दे पर आज भी अपनी प्रासंगिकता बनाए हुए हैं। ये संत एवं भक्त कवियों की काव्य धाराएं मात्र परिचय ही नहीं देती, अपितु युगिन बोध को अतिशय सुस्पष्ट शब्दों में बांधकर मानव समाज को समाज के प्रति अपने कर्तव्य सिखाकर जागृति की घड़ियों में अनायास बांधती है। इसके महत्वपूर्ण उदाहरण संत कबीर, सूफी संत कवि, सिख गुरु आदि।
कंक्लूड।
हाँ सर, कंक्लूजन देती हूँ, मूल्यांकन देती हूँ। युगानुकूल की विविध कठिन परिस्थितियों से स्वयं को आबाद रखता हुआ भारतीय समाज विविध कठिनाइयों का प्रतिकार करता हुआ दिखाई देता है। समय समय पर कवि के अंगों के रचाव बसाव को भी नई सामाजिक स्थितियों से परिचित कराता है। खेती न किसान को भिखारी को न भीख, बनिक को बनिज न चाकर को चाकरी, जीविका विहीन लोग सिद्ध्यमान सोच बस कहें, एक एकन सो कहाँ जाय करी। इस प्रकार तुलसीदास ने भी युग बोध को नए शब्दों में बांध दिया है। और अंतिम मूल्यांकन मतलब नई कविता और नई सोच इस प्रकार अभिव्यक्त होती है कवि नरेश मेहता के काव्य के रूप में। समय देवता उन नीचे के गर्म देश में उतर चलो अब, कहीं जम जाए संवत रथ, वर्ष अश्व सब नील रेशीम, क्षण की वल्गा समय देवता, मनुज निष्क्रमण की है यह प्राचीन कथा। इस प्रकार हिंदी साहित्य धारा की व्यापकता में पलता हुआ यह साहित्य संसार बहुत परिवर्तन की धाराएं लिए हुए आज तक हमारे सामने नवीनता का द्योतक बना हुआ है। आपने मुझे प्रेजेंटेशन के लिए समय दिया, उसके लिए मैं आपकी हृदय से आभारी हूँ।
थैंक यू वेरी मच मैम। कम सम होने के कारण आपको समय नहीं दे पा रहे हैं।
कोई बात
51 मनीष गांवकर।
बिफोर दैट 12 PPID 12।
सर अभी जो चल रहा है प्लीज डोंट इंटरफेयर, अभी जो चल रहा है वही चलने दीजिए। 51 is there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. Please go.
Can I share my screen?
Yes, sir.
1 minute.
Okay.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes.
नमस्कार, माझं नाव मनीष गावकर. माझ्या निबंधाचा विषय आहे संस्कृत मधील युगीन उपलब्ध ई बाल साहित्य. वेळेचे भान ठेवून मी माझ्या निबंधाचा सारांश आणि प्रस्तावना सादर करीत आहे.
येस सर, 5 मिनिटांमध्ये.
हो. प्रस्तुत शीर्षकाअंतर्गत संस्कृत भाषेतील सद्ययुगीन उपलब्ध असलेल्या ई बालसाहित्याचा आढावा घेतलेला आहे आणि त्याचबरोबर त्याची विविधता आणि उपयुक्तता यांचे विवेचन केलेले आहे. उपलब्ध असलेल्या विविध स्वरूपाच्या ई बालसाहित्याची माहिती सादर करणे हे या निबंधाचे मुख्य उद्दिष्ट आहे. सोबतच शैक्षणिक धोरण 2020च्या अनुषंगाने ई बालसाहित्याची गरज आणि उपयुक्तता यावर थोडक्यात विवेचन केलेले आहे. माहिती तंत्रज्ञान क्षेत्रातील प्रगतीने आधुनिक शिक्षण पद्धतीत महत्त्वाचे बदल घडवून आणलेले आहेत आणि त्याचबरोबर पारंपरिक शिक्षण पद्धतीला डिजिटल माध्यमांची जोड देऊन शिक्षणाची नवी दालने उघडलेली आहेत. संस्कृत साहित्यात बालसाहित्याची सुरुवात पौराणिक कथा, पंचतंत्र, हितोपदेश यातून दिसते. काळाप्रमाणे आणि तंत्रज्ञानातील प्रगतीमुळे याचे रूप आता बदललेले दिसते. जुन्या कथांचे दृकश्राव्य माध्यमातून केलेले सादरीकरण लहान मुलांना नेहमीच आकर्षित करते. आधुनिक संस्कृत बालसाहित्य सुद्धा याच दृष्टिकोनातून पुढे आलेले आहे. पण तरीही तंत्रज्ञानाच्या जोडीने या दोनही प्रकारचे साहित्य मुलांपर्यंत प्रभावीपणे पोहोचविण्यास पुष्कळ वाव आहे. प्रस्तुत शीर्षकाअंतर्गत साहित्य हा शब्द कथा, कविता यांसोबतच पाठ्यपुस्तके, मासिके, नियतकालिके, चित्रकथा व तत्सम माहिती या अर्थाने वापरलेला आहे. अशा प्रकारच्या विविध स्वरूपाची माहिती जी तंत्रज्ञानाच्या माध्यमातून वय वर्ष 16 पर्यंतच्या मुलांसाठी उपलब्ध केलेली आहे ती म्हणजे ई बालसाहित्य असा व्यापक अर्थ येथे अपेक्षित आहे. संस्कृत बालसाहित्याचा इतिहास. लहान मुलांसाठी असलेले साहित्य म्हणजे बालसाहित्य. सोपी तसेच सुटसुटीत भाषा आणि मुलांच्या भावविश्वाचा ठाव घेणारे मनोरंजक कथानक आणि पात्र हे त्यांचे वैशिष्ट्य. अभिजात संस्कृत साहित्यात बालसाहित्याचा स्वतंत्र असा उल्लेख नसला तरी त्यातील कथांमधून आपल्याला बालसाहित्याची परंपरा वाङ्मयामध्ये दिसते आणि अगदी अलीकडच्या काळातही कवी आणि लेखकांनी आपल्या साहित्य रचनेने या बालसाहित्यात विशेष भर घातलेली आहे. संगणक तसेच तंत्रज्ञान क्षेत्रातील प्रगतीने उपलब्ध माहिती लोकांपर्यंत पोहोचवण्याचे नवीन मार्ग पुढे आणले आहेत. त्यातीलच एक महत्त्वाचा घटक म्हणजे ई स्रोत. ई पुस्तके, ई ग्रंथालये, ई मासिके, ई कोश या सर्वांचा समावेश यामध्ये होतो. या ई माध्यमांचा वापर करणारे बालसाहित्य म्हणजे ई बालसाहित्य होय. तर या उपलब्ध बालसाहित्याचे 2 गटात वर्गीकरण करता येईल. एक म्हणजे पारंपरिक साहित्याचे ई साहित्यात केले गेले रूपांतरण अथवा अनुवादित साहित्य आणि दुसरे म्हणजे तंत्रज्ञानाच्या जोडीने निर्माण झालेले आधुनिक बालसाहित्य. यांची उपलब्ध असलेले स्वरूप या प्रकारात आपल्याला दिसते. एक म्हणजे ई पुस्तके व ई मासिके. डिजिटल स्वरूपात उपलब्ध असलेली पुस्तके म्हणजे ई पुस्तके होय. प्रकाशित झालेल्या पुस्तकांची, मासिकांची, चित्रकथांची स्कॅन केलेली प्रत ही त्याची ई स्वरूपातील प्राथमिक अवस्था. अशा स्वरूपाची पुस्तके ही कमी खर्चात जास्त मुलांपर्यंत पोहोचविता येतात. आणि पुढे तंत्रज्ञानाच्या जोडीने डिजिटल स्वरूपात उपलब्ध असलेली ई पुस्तके आणि मासिके हे त्यांचे काळाप्रमाणे बदललेले स्वरूप. पुढे संकेतस्थळे. संस्कृत बाल साहित्य परिषद यांच्यातर्फे विविध उपक्रमांचे आयोजन केलेले आहे. त्यातीलच एक भाग म्हणून काही कथा, कविता, प्रार्थना व तत्सम माहिती ही या संकेतस्थळांवर उपलब्ध आहे. कार्टून हे लहान मुलांना फार आवडतात आणि ते ओळखूनच ॲनिमेशन, चित्रपट व चित्रकथा यांची निर्मिती झालेली आहे. दृकश्राव्य माध्यमातील अशा प्रकारची पुस्तके ही मुलांना नेहमीच आकर्षित करतात आणि त्यामधून मुलांच्या वाचनाची आवड सुद्धा वाढवता येऊ शकते. YouTubeवरती सुद्धा लहान मुलांसाठीचे कार्यक्रम असणाऱ्या बऱ्याच वाहिन्या आहेत. शिशुगीते, चित्रकथा असे साहित्य विविध संस्थांनी तसेच साहित्य लेखकांनी या वाहिन्यांमार्फत लोकांसमोर आणण्याचे काम केलेले आहे. पंचतंत्र कथांसारख्या जुन्या साहित्याचा दृकश्राव्य माध्यमातून केलेले सादरीकरण आणि त्याचबरोबर नव्याने रचलेल्या कथा आणि कविता या सुद्धा येथे आपल्याला सापडतात. लहान मुलांचे मन हे संस्कारक्षम असते. नवीन गोष्टी सहज आत्मसात करून घेण्याची वृत्ती असते. अशा मानसिक जडणघडणीच्या वेळी त्यांच्यावर रुजलेले संस्कार हे उत्तम व्यक्तिमत्व घडविण्यास सहाय्यभूत ठरतात. लहान मुले आपली मातृभाषा सहज शिकतात. आपल्या आजूबाजूच्या लोकांचे बोलणे ऐकून तसे बोलण्याचा प्रयत्न करून ही सुरुवात होते. जर संस्कृत भाषेची ओळख लहानपणापासूनच असेल तर निश्चितच भाषेची गोडी वाढेल आणि या अभ्यासातून स्मरणशक्ती, उच्चारण क्षमता याबरोबर ज्ञानवृद्धीही होईल. अर्थात यासाठी हे साहित्य सहज उपलब्ध असायला हवे आणि ई साहित्याच्या माध्यमातून हे प्रभावीपणे साधता येईल. शैक्षणिक धोरण 2020 सुद्धा या हेतूने काम करताना दिसते आणि एकूणच हे धोरण व सद्यस्थिती ही ई साहित्याच्या दृष्टीने पोषक आहे. सारांश: प्रस्तुत शीर्षकाअंतर्गत उल्लेखलेले साहित्य हे एकूण साहित्याचा एक अंशच म्हणता येईल. हे साहित्य विखुरलेल्या स्वरूपात असून उपलब्ध असलेल्या सर्व साहित्याचे संकलन करून त्याची एका ठिकाणी सूची करणे तसेच ती अद्ययावत ठेवणे महत्त्वाचे आहे, जेणेकरून अभ्यासकांना त्याचा शोध घेणे सोपे जाईल आणि त्याचबरोबर ठराविक विषयांची पुनरावृत्तीही टाळता येईल. ई साहित्यातील साहित्य हे तंत्रज्ञानाच्या वापराने समाजातील सर्व घटकांपर्यंत पोहोचवले जाऊ शकते. लहानपणापासूनच संस्कृत ऐकण्या वाचण्याची सवय आणि सोय जर मुलांना असेल तरच ही भाषा सहजतेने पुढे आत्मसात केली जाईल आणि ही गोष्ट संस्कृत भाषेच्या विकासासाठी सुद्धा लाभदायक ठरेल. आजची बालपिढी ही तंत्रज्ञान स्नेही असल्याने या बालपिढीच्या भावविश्वाला तंत्रज्ञानाच्या सहाय्यानेच बालसाहित्य वाचनाकडे वळवता येईल. पण यासाठी दर्जेदार ई साहित्य निर्माण होणे गरजेचे आहे आणि त्यासाठी तंत्रज्ञानाचा जास्तीत जास्त वापर बालसाहित्य लेखकांनी करून घ्यायला हवा. मनोरंजनाबरोबरच हे साहित्य मूल्य शिक्षण देणारे आणि व्यक्तिमत्व विकासाला पोषक असावे हा मुद्दा पुन्हा अधोरेखित करावासा वाटतो. अशा प्रकारे निर्माण झालेल्या साहित्याचा प्रचार आणि प्रसार होणेही तितकेच गरजेचे आहे. जेवढ्या जास्त लोकांपर्यंत ते पोहोचेल तेवढ्या जास्त सुधारणा त्यात होतील आणि उत्तम साहित्य निर्मिती होईल. अशा प्रकारे मुलांच्या वैचारिक जडणघडणीवर, नैतिक मूल्यांवर प्रभाव टाकणारे दृकश्राव्य स्वरूपाचे ई बालसाहित्य त्यांच्या सर्वांगीण विकासात निश्चितच मोलाची भूमिका पार पाडेल. धन्यवाद.
थँक्यू सर, थँक्यू व्हेरी मच. 2:30 वाजलेले आहेत. मस्के सर.
हो सर.
हॅलो सर. हॅलो.
बनसोडे सर.
बनसोडे सर, काय करायचं?
मस्के सर.
हा,
We will
बोला.
extend the time. We will extend the time up to 3 p.m.
Okay.
Remaining participant, please present your papers.
Okay. Next participant, number 52, the Pathade Anil Kundik.
Sir,
Dr. Deepak Pandrinath.
Paper ID 12 is present for presentation. So please I request to
next
present to paper ID 12. Subhash sir.
Okay sir. Okay. Subhash sir, you can proceed now.
Is this loud and clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. First of all, namaste to all. Namaste to all. My topic is enriching financial inclusion through the fintech. Just a minute. Enriching financial inclusion through the fintech, it states that though the financial inclusion already exists, but it needs some factors, it needs some push to include everyone. So fintech is that factor which is going to include, or it will be covering the whole India, the unserved societies under that inclusion. So based on that, this paper is just a simple attempt to understand that what basically inclusion is and what are the financial technology and how financial or how fintechs are going to enrich it. What are the factor which will foster the financial inclusion? So first of all, what is a financial inclusion? So basically, a financial inclusion means to provide the financial services to the unserved and the unprivileged section or community of the society at an affordable cost. So it's basically the three factors. One is the unserved, another part is the access to the unserved people, the unprivileged people, and that has to be at the affordable cost. After financial inclusion, the fintech, why fintech is able to do this. Earlier also we have factors like banking system was there and all, but it won't be able to cover that much proportion. Marginally it did, substantially it was spending. So how fintech and why fintech? Because of the reach of the fintech, the cost factor that fintech, as compared to the other factors, the financial technologies things have a very least cost, having a competitive advantage over the others, the maximum, the very vast reach, so that they can cover even the ignored section where the other channels can't even reach. Another benefit that the fintech have, the multiple alternate use different types of forms and means, and the people literacy. Opportunities and challenges in the industry for the fintech. There are lots of opportunity. Day by day we are expanding big data, blockchain, processing, business process automation. So every day we are improvising, and all these obstacles are basically opportunities. And what are the challenges? So basically challenges are growing expectation of the customers, statutory compliances, sometimes the competition, the staff competition, and not only that, the fintech is also supported by the government initiatives. Even government also took some initiative through the fintech or through the Makeup and Startup India, so that we can cover the whole society, like Jan Dhan Yojana, like Atal Pension Yojana, like multiple other schemes are there through which we are trying to accommodate the whole population with these financial services. This is also important from Sustainable Development Goal, which we need to accomplish by the 2013. And in the same alignment, the Government of India, based on the Advisory Council, FII Index, Financial Inclusion Index, which according to that, we inclined to 56% from 53%, which is a multi-facet factor that shows enrichment in the terms of financial inclusion. According to the Chanakya, once Chanakya said, Arthasya dharmasya kamasya moolam. If economically we are not so powerful, definitely we won't be able to establish anything, whether it is culturally, whether it is spiritually, whether it is in any forms and means. Thanks to all.
Sir.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Hello,
next participant is
Yes, ma'am.
53.
Start your presentation.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
44 sir,
Yes, ma'am.
present
Yes,
hai,
sir.
ready.
Yes.
Okay. Now,
Apeksha Tempe, ma'am. Start your presentation.
paper ID 53.
53, I'm 53. Should I present or wait?
Okay. You should.
Okay.
You
I'll
should
just,
present now.
yes, I'll just share my screen. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mahadasa, and along with my PhD guide, Dr. Pratima Goyal, we've worked on the topic of green textile manufacturing from a consumer perspective. So after identifying the problems in the textile industry being the second largest industry in the world, it creates a lot of wastage, and all that wastage goes into the landfills, around 1.8 tons of material waste per year, and only a few of these are recycled. Apart from that, the other problems that are related to the textile industry are consumption of a very high amount of water, and also that leading to a lot of water pollution because of all the effluents and chemicals that is discharged into the waters. And apart from that, the steps in the textile industry is right from fiber to developing the fabric and then making the garment is many steps. So all of the steps goes through a lot of energy consumption, water consumption, electricity, manpower, carbon dioxide emission, and a lot of resources that has been used. And consumers have started to identify this issue and starting to relate to sustainability as a more suitable option. And I have identified these and worked on the topic where I've attempted to develop sustainable textiles by using additive manufacturing process. And this will in turn minimize the steps that is used in the textile industry and minimize the use of resources, time consumption, and thereby not reducing also time. So I'll share my conceptual framework. First, studying the green manufacturing, what is green manufacturing and what approach I have used in green manufacturing. And then I have developed and designed textiles based on that. And then I've taken the consumer perspective. So the technology that I've used that we would have heard of is additive manufacturing technology, which is very popular in, it is in the beginning of the popularity for very other industries, but not so popular in textiles. So I have used additive manufacturing technology to create textiles. This ensures that using only one step or two steps from idea to creating the design on computer, directly the product can be developed. The textile can be developed in one stage. So this reduces a huge amount of stages that is used in the traditional manufacturing industry. The process that is used is 3D printing, which is directly from filaments. And I've studied various other filaments for this purpose to analyze and use it for textiles. So the various raw materials studied and experimented to create textiles were PLA, ABS, PVA, PEEK, PETG, TPE, which was one of the most flexible materials, TPU, nylon, resin, and flexible resin. And all these, after studying them, all the three available technologies also were studied. Fused deposition modeling that uses raw material of directly filaments, SLA that uses liquid resins, and SLS uses powder, specifically nylon. So all these three technologies were analyzed and studied, and it was worked towards creating sustainable textiles and tried to make the textiles most suitable to the actual, most very identical to the actual textiles that we get in the industry. And I've used weaving techniques, knitting techniques, lace structures, and also chainmail to develop them. So here are a few of the samples that are created for the textiles. After a lot of experimentation and a lot of structure analysis and a lot of material exploration, these designs were finalized and created. And the most suitable technology that was seen was the FDM technology, that is directly from creating using filaments. And these samples were created with the most suitable thickness was 0.5 mm, which is very similar to the textiles. And the structures that was most suitable was lace and even chainmail that you can see here. Weaving and knitting were also suitable structures, but they were a bit more complicated in their approach. After developing the samples of textiles, a consumer survey questionnaire was conducted online to understand what is the consumer approach towards such a textile that is created, awareness of additive manufacturing, and also understanding whether they are conscious purchasers for textiles or not. So my sample size was 200 respondents in Mumbai, and the age group was a huge age group that was taken, were mostly people who make purchase decisions in the house. And a lot of data was collected in that approach, and it was seen that majority, that is 81% respondents, they prefer customized textile products. So that is also one of the advantages of additive manufacturing. You can design it as per the individual use, and that definitely can significantly reduce wastage. And also 83% of the consumers prefer to they prefer to shop textile products that are sustainable. So they understand sustainability, and they also understand that sustainability now not only means using sustainable material, but also using sustainable manufacturing processes. And consumers are more aware now, and they are preferring more such options. And also 62% respondents preferred the texture and the look of the 3D printed textiles that were shown to them. It could be used for various other applications, directly fabrics or home furnishings or any other usage in textile products. And 38% of, as you can see here, 38% of the consumers rated the developed textiles as 4 out of 5 in their ratings. And also 15% were willingly, which is definitely a small number right now, but they they said that they are willing to pay even a higher price if the textiles are sustainable. And 54% were not, they were okay, they were considering the idea of paying a little higher. So this technology can be used directly from using a digital file, and this can avoid wastage very, very considerably. It can minimize human errors in this process. It's a new design thinking process, and you can create n number of fabric development techniques like weaving, knitting, crochet, and all of that. And the main important thing is here, it eliminates a lot of the other manufacturing process that you will see in the traditional operations, and thereby reducing the carbon footprint of that product. And this will finally contribute to some amount in eliminating pollution also. So just by concluding from my work, not only can these green manufactured textiles dramatically reduce waste and pollution and water consumption, but it can also shorten the entire traditional manufacturing method. And this can comparatively help in reducing the global energy bill. And from the fabric point of view, the most suitable materials were TPU, thermoplastic polyurethane, and the most suitable technology was fused deposition modeling. And in future, definitely this technology can be used to explore more textile products with more different materials as well. And this can be the future. The consumers have identified, we need to provide them these options. The resources that we exploit are now borrowed resources from the next generation. So we need to make conscious usage. And yeah, that is the end of my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Modesha ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next participant, 54, Mr. Pratap Devre. Mr. Pratap is present.
Maske, sir.
If
Apeksha Tembe ma'am is going to present now. Apeksha Tembe ma'am is going to present now.
Oh.
Apeksha Tembe ma'am,
okay.
Please present your presentation.
presentation विषयाबद्दल.
Okay. आवाज ब्रेक होते.
हॅलो.
Yes.
हा येतोय आवाज.
हॅलो.
ऑडिबल
बोलू मी. हा. नमस्कार, माझं नाव अपेक्षा टेंबे. मी आहे. माझा विषय आहे संगीत भारताचा इतिहास. कलांमधील ललित कला म्हणजे संगीत. वेदापासून ते आधुनिक काळापर्यंत संगीताचे भरपूर योगदान आहे. संगीत कला राजश्रयात वाढल्याने त्या काळी तिचं भरपूर महत्व होते. पर्यंत टिकत आहे. त्याप्रमाणे संगीत कलेला सुद्धा वाईट दिवस बघावे लागले. त्यातूनच मार्ग बरेच आजही घेतले जाते. वैदिक काळापासून ते आत्ताच्या काळापर्यंतचा प्रवास मांडणे. हॅलो.
Yes, ma'am. Proceed.
संगीत म्हणजे गायन, वादन आणि नृत्य या तीनही कलांचा मिलाप. संगीताची निर्मिती ही शब्द, सूर, लय, ताल, वाद्य यांच्या अभ्यासपूर्ण एकत्रीकरणातून होते. परंपरा आहे. प्राचीन संस्कृत वाङ्मयात संगीताचा अर्थ सम्यक गीता आहे. तथा नृत्य त्रयम संगीतम उच्यते असं आहे. म्हणजेच संगीत गायन, वादन आणि नृत्य या तीनही कलांचा समावेश आहे. ब्रिटिशांच्या जुलमी राजवटीत संगीतालयाला जात असताना महाराष्ट्रातील दोन व्यक्तींनी संगीतात फार कार्य केले, ते म्हणजे पंडित विष्णू दिगंबर पलुसकर.
You're not audible, ma'am.
Hello.
Please conclude, ma'am. Your voice is not getting clear. Please conclude.
त्यांच्या संगीत कला हळूहळू राजाश्रयी न राहता लोकप्रिय झाली. या काळात सोमनाथाने विभोर दामोदरने संगीत दर्पण वगैरे असे शास्त्रग्रंथ लिहिले. हिंदुस्थानी संगीताच्या क्षेत्रात काही घरे निर्माण झाली. त्यामधून सवाई गंधर्व, गोविंदराव टेंडे, स्वर्ग कपिले, किशोरी आमोणकर इत्यादी कलाकारांची साथ आपल्या संगीताला मिळाली. अशा प्रकारे ही संगीताची वाटचाल सुरू झाली व ती वर्षानुवर्ष अनंत काळ सुरू राहील त्यात काही शंका नाही.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Next, Janvi Kolte, ma'am.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. Sir, should we share our PPT?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, I and my colleague from Kirti College, Rohan Razapkar, sir, we are presenting this paper, which is Geopolitics, India's Way, Exploring India's Way.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm grateful for the opportunity to present my research, and thanks and congratulations to ASP College Onde and their organizing team for the conference. Title is research. Our research title is Geopolitics at 75: Exploring India's Way, and this is our table of content. So we have divided our research into this following components: abstract, introduction, analysis, and result. Let me give you all these of our abstract. So in today's world, the importance of understanding geopolitics cannot be overstated. The decisions taken by our world leaders have far-reaching consequences that can impact the lives of people across the world. And therefore, it is imperative that we have a deeper understanding of the subject. Through our paper, we try to focus on geopolitical emergence in the challenges of India after glorious 75 years of independence. The world is changing at a rapid pace, and it is essential that we keep with the latest developments. Our research topic aims to explore how India's approaches to geopolitics and how it has evolved over the years and what is its current stances is. We will also examine how India's unique position as a rising power in the global arena has influenced its foreign policy decisions and India's relationship with its neighbors, its role in the Indo-Pacific region, and its place in the world order. This is our this is the introduction. As we celebrated Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav last year, which remind us the struggle and achievement and evolution of country which is federal and diverse in nature. Despite of all barriers, our country emerges and stands united and progressive. However, it is faced ongoing conflict with Pakistan over the disputed territory of Kashmir. India is also concerned about China's increasing assertiveness in the region, particularly in the South China Sea and Indian Ocean. To address these challenges, India has pursued several strategies, including strengthening its military capability, improving diplomatic relations with the neighboring countries, implementing diplomatic policies aimed at promoting economic growth and social stability and promoting regional integration and connectivity. India has made significant progress in various areas of development, including economic growth, poverty reduction, education, health, and gender equality. The country has also established itself as a rising power in the international community with a prominent position in the United Nations, G7, BRICS, and preparing to assume the chair of the global G20. India has achieved a lot over the past 75 years, but it still faces challenges, particularly regarding its relation with Pakistan and China. India has pursued several strategies to address these challenges, and it will continue to work towards its goal of becoming a prosperous, stable, and influential nation in the community. Now I call Professor Janvi Kolte to take up the next slide.
Good afternoon, everyone. So as Sir has said, I would take ahead from there. India is also leading member of several regional organizations, and now we are thinking of expanding our overall influence in the Indian Ocean region. And we are also at the same time engaging with multiple entities in bilateral and multilateral dialogues with other countries in the region. India's geopolitical rise is due to its expanding economy, where we have replaced UK as a growing economy, and we have also, on the other hand, replaced China to be the most populous country in the world, which is going to play into our own advantage in South Asia. We are already designated as a big brother here. India has recently undertaken a more assertive foreign policy in an effort to increase its influence at both regional and international level. We have also expanded our own economic strength by also extending our neighborhood policy. We act as a responsible member while we are engaging in the world affairs, where we are maintaining good friendly relations with the West and also trying to maintain cooperative relations with Russia and China. We also invest heavily into our relations with our neighboring countries, and we have counterattacked China's influence in South Asian region, giving the example of India's Look West policy and also Act East policy. Our diplomacy in Indo-Pacific region has also expanded significantly thanks to Quad, which is the grouping with Japan, Australia, and US, that has also emerged as a strong forum, and we continue to counterattack China's policy of string of pearl with our very own necklace of diamond policy. At the same time, we also give due credit to our political ability or political skill that has also played a crucial role in India's foreign policy, balancing our relations with all the countries. A graphical presentation of our diamond necklace of diamond policy, where we are countering China's string of pearls. Over to my colleague, Professor Rohan Rajapkar, sir, who will be presenting the analysis.
However, the COVID-19 pandemic has had a several impact on India's economy and society, as well as its relation with the world. To overcome all challenges arising due to global drastic shift and achieve higher growth, India needs to focus on policies that promote growth, inclusion, and development. So this requires better macro policy, sectoral policy, and investment in infrastructure, technology, and export. India also needs to address the challenges posed by climate change, cybersecurity, and other global issues due to integration with the rest of the world. India has made significant progress in foreign policy over the past 75 years, with its accommodative approach, balancing of geopolitical ties, and various policies such as Look West policy, Act East policy, and the necklace of diamond strategy. India has strengthened its position in the international community. As we launch marching toward Azadi Ka Amrit Kal, that is 100 years of independence, country must continue to strive towards fulfilling its commitment and maintaining its edge to the geopolitical arena for India at 100.
These are some of our references. Before winding up our presentation, we would only like to mention that our research was completely based on secondary sources, and we tried to go through multiple international journals, articles, and books in order to put up this research. We both together thank ACS College for giving us this opportunity, and thank you everyone for patiently listening to us. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Professor Janvi and Professor Rohan. That is your unique idea of presentation here. Now, anyone among the participants who is interested to present their topics?
Sir, there is a time.
I think
we are now concluding.
Yes, sir. So now, I think all the participants
Sir, I
are
want
over
to
here for the presentation over here.
Yeah.
And
Sir, I want to present my
और
paper.
कुछ participant
Yes,
अभी
yes,
आ रहे
ma'am.
हैं
Yes,
और
ma'am.
नहीं आए
Yes, ma'am. In 5 minutes,
too.
conclude your presentation.
yeah,
Yes,
this
ma'am.
will be
so this will be last presentation.
Yes,
So
yes,
that
yes.
you can send
Thank you,
your
sir, for-
recorded video
Yes.
to the
Okay.
committee.
Thank you,
Start
sir,
your
for giving me
presentation, ma'am.
an opportunity to present my paper on the study on awareness about the e-commerce in health sector. Shall I share my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sure.
Okay, sir. Sir, my screen is visible or not?
Yes, ma'am. Your screen is visible.
You proceed.
Okay, okay. Sir, the study on awareness about the e-commerce in health sector. As we all know that e-commerce is an electronic commerce which refers to the activities and procedures involved for the purpose of buying and selling of goods and services using the technology like internet. As far as we know that we use this technology especially in textile industries or groceries, products, and etc. But what is unleft and what is untouched still is health sector. So this technology is bringing entirely a revolutionary changes in the field of health sector. The reason why I choose this topic is quite personal, because once I was pregnant and I was in remote location. So I suddenly start bleeding. So I was there was no hospital around it, and So I consulted my doctor through online WhatsApp group, and she suddenly prescribed me some medicine, and I bought that medicine by nearby medicine shops, and has taken that medicine. That I was quite impressed about the services we use through internet. So it was quite personal that with the help of technology, we can definitely bring a revolutionary changes like that. We can limit the time, and we can access anywhere, everywhere from remote location through the help of doctors with the help of internet. So it not only minimized the time, but also made awareness about the products and services at global level. So what I have reviewed e-commerce in health sector, that it differentiates itself as the most radical, dynamic, and visible component of the change economy. As we all know that due to the pandemic, the only way to reach our doctor was the online platform. So healthcare e-commerce, जो है telemedicine, nursing services, online medical consultancy, these are the some of the most recent development in healthcare, which we use with the help of e-commerce. So it has the potential to transform healthcare sector in the same manner it has transformed the other sectors like textile, groceries, banking, education. So what was the expected outcome of the proposed work? That India has various challenges like illiteracy. As we all know that due to illiteracy, we are not able to use the platform properly. So lack of infrastructure is also there. That is due to the lack of infrastructure and resources like transportation facilities. As we all know that we have heard about the app that is called Dunjo, which delivered the groceries within 15 minutes. So why can't we use the same platform to deliver the medicine within 15 minutes? If we can use this platform, we can surely limit the time which was facing problems in remote location by the people. So these are the outcomes, and it has shown both positive and negative impact of e-commerce in their economic life of the people. So in spite of sufficient sample size, precise information will not represent the whole sum of impact, both affirmative and negative, due to cultural, illiteracy, religious, geographical boundaries. So what was the objective of my study? The objective of the study is to study the impact and importance of the e-commerce on health sector, and to study its concept and awareness among various sections of society, and to study the potential influence of e-commerce on health sector, and to study the potential of e-commerce in health sector over every section of society. As we all know that upper section are very well go through the online platform, but what about the middle and lower class of section? So my purpose of the study was to make aware about the health sector's online platform. So the sample size is 384 responded, and the age range was 30 to 65 years were included, and the sources are basically primary and secondary. Primary was acquired through the questionnaires, and secondary through the publications, journals, and research papers, etc. So thank you for giving me a time to hold. And once again, thank you the whole organizing team of Arts, Commerce, and Science College on day. That was my last presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Aradhana ma'am. It is due to time consume, we need to stop here now. With the with the permission of my senior colleague, Dr. C.S. Gaikwad sir, and I myself, we hand over the next program towards Dr. Bhimrao Bansode sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, on behalf of the organizing committee, it is our duty to express deep sense of gratitude towards all the delegates and the paper presenters who have presented their paper in the paper presentation session from 12 noon to This is almost 3 o'clock from last 3 hours. And so it is also our duty to extend our gratitude towards the chairpersons of this session. And first of all, I extend my thankfulness to Dr. Gaikwad sir, who is the professor from Department of Marathi of our college, who has dealt with this paper presentation from the humanities and commerce. And the next chairperson of this session is Dr. P.D. Maskesar from the Department of Chemistry, who has dealt with the presentation of the papers from science stream. And sir, I thank you, both of you and all the delegates who have presented their papers, and the participants who have joined with this on this platform. Thank you so much. And with the permission of the convener of this program, I declare here that the session of presentation has come to an end. And my dear friends, there is an announcement from the organizing committee that we are going to start valedictory section of this function of this conference at 3:30 p.m. sharp. So we have a lunch break for 30 minutes over here, and thank you once again. And we will see at 3:30 p.m. sharp.